How's it
hi.
going, everyone?
Hello, hello.
We have a surprise appearance from Lord Cameron.
Ooh.
Bow
down to the Lord and hail Hydra.
We welcome, cheers, everybody in chat. Is everybody on the live stream right now? What's the name? Hi, how are you all doing? We have not spoken at all before this.
I'm doing well. Somebody has.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is all you guys' names? I can't read, so I'm a little bit dyslexic. I can't read. No.
Because listen, guys, we there was some moment.
Nice.
When I was streaming that we said we have to wear dresses or something if I go over
for the record, I was not on that stream.
I still don't remember this.
And then so I don't know who wore it better, Dorka or Grey.
Grey all the way.
I mean, I might be a little biased, but there's a little something to this. Whatever.
I'm a big fan of matching shoes, dress, and cheeks.
Definitely not biased towards the hot Roman statue, okay?
Where's your dress? Catrew thought I was wearing a dress.
Oh, my dress?
Yeah.
Catrew is indecent. He's naked all the time.
He's naked.
Hold on. 1 second. Here we go. Okay.
He's going into his
I guess that could be part of the dress.
It's not the...
It's formal dress.
Oh, no, wait. Right there.
Bimo isn't the absent, he's in here in spirit. We're waiting, Catrew. We're all looking, all eyes on you.
I feel
no pressure
spirit haunting us.
The drum roll will be pretty long at this point.
Yeah. No, it's the the best I can do because there's not too many options. But here we go.
The hair accessory. Whoa.
Whoa.
How'd
you shave so fast?
It's not pink though.
No, it's not. It's not.
You
can change it.
Can you?
I mean, I think you should if you can.
It has to be pink.
Okay.
So that's the dress he thought I was wearing. No, not.
Yeah, right now we have 2 in the pink.
There we go.
Oh, Cameron came in as well with the Barbie. Sheesh.
Oh, 3 in the pink.
Vinvin's sort of wearing pink-ish purple. But yeah, just so you know, I'm not wearing a dress. Okay. It was all
I have the right to remain silent.
I won't.
Okay, if you want to
so
see what I'm wearing, check my OnlyFans.
Hi there, Nani. Okay, guys. So I think that's the end. I think we'll maybe do do a poll later on who wore it best. Okay, just let it sit for a little while. Just let them simmer. So you have to keep your dresses on the whole way. Catrew, you're disqualified unless you're wearing pink.
Uh-oh.
No, wait. Pink? A pink dress?
Pole dance.
Gray's unlocked a secret as far as Lego is concerned. All you have to do is pour a certain color into a jar that shape, and then you get a Lego head.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't unsee it now.
I love the voice that's coming through. This deep voice with the little mustard jar. Okay, mustard head. Hi, Rocky. Okay, so today's topic.
This is the only other dress I can put on, so provided by the lovely Miss Sparkles a while ago. So might as well
Hydra's also wearing a Sparkles creation. Yeah.
Exactly.
Very nice. We match.
So today's stories, everybody. Acorn Cop. breakdancing dad.
What you gonna
Based.
do when the dad comes
Screamer
for you?
stress. Media things, which is like Tifa and whatever the other stuff. That's
Oh.
the
Oh, how organized of us to have all of these in advance.
Yeah.
Never
So-
before done. Brand new, cutting edge technology. Titles in advance.
Listen,
To the
I
screen
know,
stronger, faster, more efficient.
I know that. Yeah, I know that. Sorry for the people that missed the intro. Let's do it again. Just. I hope you guys have your volume on really loud.
Hits even harder
I
the
couldn't-
second time. Only if the
I
fucking
couldn't-
Acorn
if
Cop
only
thing wasn't
Acorn-
there in the corner, it would have been better, but you know.
Listen, I'm Scuff Queen. That is it, guys. I'm still on my laptop. so
Jesus
when-
Christ, what is happening to Catrew in the corner? What the fuck?
I mean, it's kind of pink. He might have worn it best. I'm not sure.
No, he's not wearing pink. He
Is that
is
from the-
pink.
The George Lucas
Wow.
Special Edition Star Wars. movie?
Avatar: The Way of Catrew.
Right.
I will refrain from.
Oh,
comment.
as a firearms owner, BMO is back in.
Well, I mean, we all are in the
All right.
States here.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Miracle. And
America.
What, you're telling me you're not strapped?
Does anyone need
Neither
a
is
quick,
Charles, he's in the UK
in a
now.
nutshell
Yeah,
or acorn shell summary of the situation?
did you watch that video? That I
I
posted?
saw the
Oh, it's-
original. I didn't see that particular reaction, but I know that dude's
He's
usually
so
pretty awesome.
dry. He's so dry. He made those kinds of, in a nutshell. It was a tough nut to crack. kind of jokes. So I don't know. He didn't show the footage. I am going to watch. We can watch the one that I'm going to share with us. Is for one with 2.2 million views. It's from Donut Operator. So I haven't watched it.
Okay.
Also, a
Donut's
little
awesome,
bit
man.
of
Okay.
a free.
Yeah, I figured
Let
he
me-
would be involved.
Why wouldn't he, man? He's one of the best cops to do a breakdown of police incidents. I don't know. I love
Yeah.
the dude.
That is his thing.
Okay, is that what he does? Oh, he put donuts. I get it. I get it.
Hold on. Let me set up the situation just so you know what led up to it, so you can put yourself in the mindset. Okay, really feel the action. Okay, so the setup to this wondrous and exciting encounter was that these cops were called out to specifically handle a suspect who potentially had suppressed firearms. And they proceeded all the way up with the whole thing, handcuff him and put him in the car. And that's where things get real.
They also patted him down before.
Yeah, they
talking.
patted him
Yes,
down.
that
They
is
patted
very
him down
important
twice.
for later. You will see why.
They patted him down twice. They did like a more thorough check. So they did give a normal patting down. And then when they put him in the car and handcuffed him, whatever, that was another search. They did another search. So he was not, there was nothing. And he was handcuffed, okay? Like this. Okay?
You will see. You will see why it is important.
Yeah.
Okay, just remember that. And also, okay, so yeah.
No
okay,
one was
he
really
just-
harmed in this video either. That
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
Yeah,
important.
Say that
no, it's the
upfront.
amazing
Okay.
Miracle that no one was harmed.
Can I?
Number 6 may surprise you.
Okay, I was wondering how this was light when I was looking at it, but okay, no one was harmed in the making
So
of
wait.
this.
Yeah, so it's fine. That I know. I was told about it this morning, and I was like, oh my god, this is bad. And then the way that you guys told me about it was hilarious because it goes, well, shall we do it this exact same way that you guys told me? But say exact same way that they told me was. So this cop uploaded his mag into the car.
I think it was 2 full
where the
mag
suspect
dumps.
was.
Yes.
And I'm
He
like,
reloaded?
what?
Yeah, I mean,
No.
he was scared. He had to get a second one.
Okay,
You'd be surprised how quickly you can mag
can
dump
we
if
just
you,
watch-
If you
need to.
if you see the video, all that happens Or maybe you'll see it here. Let's see.
No,
let's
stop
see.
trying
Okay,
to
let's see.
mislead people who
Go.
haven't seen it.
Show it.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
go.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Shall I make it? Shall I make
This is
it?
good.
What's the name? Go slower. But let's just go normal speed.
No, yeah,
that.
normal speed. Normal speed.
Okay.
Oh, he's like
Hey, a barrel.
rolling.
Oh no,
Oh,
it
so this
cuts
is the
away.
second
What
cop
is this
point of view.
bullshit? I thought we were watching the original.
That's the
Oh, okay,
taste of
no,
it.
no,
Hi
no.
everyone, Donut here. Welcome to the most.
No, show us the original. Come on, don't.
He
don't
will.
some guys
It's gonna
commentary on
happen.
it.
I think he's setting it up.
Lame.
Okay. So they get called to the house. Okay, here. Let's see. Juicy.
I thought you were showing the original clip. Come on.
No, he'll show us the original. Look,
It's
he's
not as
even
funny.
No, just go to the original. Just go to.
Where's the original? Give
Kitty,
me
come on.
I love this pause screen. Only the circle of jerks
Donut
were
is
around.
a handsome man, but
Tactful as
he would add a
always.
lot to this by he is a former cop. He could tell you kind of the pressure of this, but it's led to a bunch
Okay,
of
well,
different theories as to what actually happened here. So I don't know. I'd be interested in your opinion.
You don't need different theories. The
Where is the
entire-
Yeah,
original?
I don't know why
he.
he wouldn't assume that it's something outside and not the person they just patted down and put in the car.
No,
you
okay,
figure
listen.
maybe
Okay, this
someone
is- this
from
is the-
You don't
outside the
understand.
car.
In the heat of the moment, this guy,
He
he was so convinced that he heard a suppressed weapon firing directly at him that he didn't even consider for a second. He was immediately like, yes, the guy that I just patted down twice and handcuffed and put into a car must have
It was
unplugged
probably his
himself,
friends. It
magically
probably was
pulled out a
friends
pistol out of his
doing
ass, assembled a suppressor, and is now firing at me through the car. Absolutely. That's and how
I
to
would
remedy
assume
this
it's his
situation.
friends to come
The
free.
way
him.
to remedy this situation is to do a double Dark Source fat roll to the side, then mag dump your entire ammunition into the fucking car and hold your pistol sideways like a fucking gangster. And then
been playing too
fall
much
to the
Dark
ground
Souls.
as you trip over and shout, I'm hit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we're
Yeah.
laughing, guys, because no.
The reason why we are laughing,
Okay,
Nobody
no-
was
why it's
hurt.
lighthearted, is because somehow, with double-digit bullets flying from multiple different sources, from multiple different shooters, somehow no one
was
got
hurt.
hurt.
Is it-
No
Yeah,
one.
and-
The guy
and
who was
also-
handcuffed into the back of the police car somehow didn't get hit.
Somebody
I have
was
no
watching
idea
over
how.
him.
Also,
Two people
Headshot.
mag dumped directly into his location from two
Well, it
separate
figures it would
angles.
be from Florida.
Sounds like a
okay? How many-
cartoon.
Florida man cop.
Florida
Are we
man
going to
cop,
describe it or are we going to
Florida
watch it?
cop. But no,
Yeah.
listen. Another thing is that no charges have been filed against this cop. He quit, and that's it. Okay, so let's go. Let's watch.
Well, at least he quit.
Catcher's carpet.
At least
Did he quit at the wrong police station?
Possibly.
Oh,
Also, from what we know, the squirrel is still at large. Okay, nobody has apprehended him. The most important part of the story is that
acorn
the
is-
investigation is still ongoing.
The tree is still at large.
It's considered very armed and dangerous. Okay.
Go.
yeah, those squirrels probably tripped
Many
are
limbs.
rather nutty.
Okay, let's play the video. Come on, go.
Okay. Playing the video.
Can you hear it?
Yes, we got audio. So it's barely audible, and I just spoke over it, but there was just a little click that you heard.
Click.
As I said, probably too much
How
dark
many was
stuff.
that? We need
It was over to the
Yeah,
side.
he was
like,
able
I'm
to
hit.
use the badass hand stuff. And that's awesome.
yeah.
In the car! I shot through the car! Oh!
I'm hurt.
Well, he might have got ricocheted.
So this is
No,
the
he
person
fell.
who was filing the restraining order violation. She was talking to the second cop. This is her point of view.
Oh, who's throwing
Oh
acorns?
my gosh.
Jesse, are you okay?
Oh my gosh.
Get in the
It's
house!
horrible.
Jesse! Get back! Get back! Where is he? Where is he?
Oh, it
So
gets
she
worse.
hasn't fired a shot yet.
No, she shot. She
What
did.
is
No, I
it? Get
believe
inside.
he just
Shots
snagged
fired.
him
Shots
twice.
fired.
She
Yeah,
didn't see
she
it.
fired while she was running.
Oh my gosh.
Go back.
This is
Okay,
insane.
So
back.
now
Listen
the
to
other
him,
cops
listen to him.
arrive, and he comes over to them.
Dude, am I hit? My legs went numb when it hit me. All right.
Oh my
I don't know. My legs went
gosh.
numb for a second.
Nothing
I heard a
happened.
pop come from.
Yeah.
Can you move? Yeah.
Yeah, I love the way it says resigned.
Okay, so let me explain what just happened because some people
Make sure you don't
talked over it. But
Alright.
the main situation was essentially the Acorn hit the top of the car and bounced off. It is visible for like 3 frames in the original
Good
footage, and Grey spoke over the sound, so we
Really?
couldn't exactly hear it, but it's there on the
I
body
spoke
cam
over the
footage.
sound.
Great.
And
I know. I'm horrible.
but
You can barely hear it. It's very inaudible because it's just coming through the police officer's
Hydra,
body.
And-
Hydra, can you drive? Can you share it on your screen and let me hear? Make sure that I hear it.
Well, I can pull it back.
You can pull it. It's directly at the start, and
Try not to talk. Just
show it in slow motion when he's
Yeah,
walking
walk-
by the
walk
car.
quiet.
It will be visible on the right for a little moment.
Also, for people in the future that may be trying to watch this, the blurted out, muted out parts of the stream are about Acorn Cop. Look it up for yourself because it might be that we. Whenever there's a freaking copyright or whatever strike, guess what? It's a thinker's stream.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
When it
Okay,
goes
here we
cannot
go.
be monetized.
All right, slow mo,
like, okay.
and watch the top of the car. The space above the top of the car is where the Acorn will be.
okay, that time it was you talking over it, Hydra.
But I thought you were
Wait,
going to
go
slow
back.
it down.
I
Put it
didn't
in
see it.
0.25.
We will slow it down.
Put
We'll
in
slow it
0.25.
down.
Enhance.
You really can't see it. It's like a blur is all.
Kick up the volume.
Enhance.
Okay. 0.5.
No, back. You're gonna miss it.
Mute everybody now.
Zoom and enhance.
Oh, there it was.
There it
Oh,
was.
you can actually see it better than I thought. But yeah, that was it.
Saw it.
That's the entire incident.
Go back, go back.
You can move frame by frame if you press the comma and period key.
Or the
Good
arrows.
to know.
Oh, I guess that's another way to call them, yeah.
No, but they go 5 seconds with the arrows.
No, if you're
No,
paused,
no, no,
if
the
you're
brackets, the
not
left and right brackets.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
please.
It's gonna
Go
be
back,
right there.
What was it?
There it
Go
is.
back
there-
one
there it
frame,
is.
you can see it like right
Above the window.
Yeah.
The
There it
back
is.
window or the door window?
Oh, okay, there.
Above the
okay.
house
Bouncing.
window.
Oh, I see it.
There it's
Yeah, I
for-
finally
It's a
caught it.
blur.
It's like the blue or gold dress. Okay.
Yeah, so
No, it
his
was
reaction is
Under the
upper
eye for
sword
sheriff.
fire everything into the car. And
Great
this is
skill,
an important lesson, by the way, because this exposed also you can see his partner's reaction is immediately just rushing over, and she just believes him and
Because-
immediately fire into
because
the
she-
car.
Well, she got no.
Because why not? Yeah, of course, they
Oh,
are in a
did she
stressful
fire?
situation. You don't have time
No.
to question your partner. You
So-
might be getting shot
Yeah.
at. So it's
She is
not
getting no
really-
action taken against her. She did nothing wrong. Like
Yes.
her partner literally
Well, she
mag
didn't-
dumped and said, "I've been hit. They're shooting at me." She didn't
Yes.
fire. She
No,
literally
she
just
had-
kept.
No,
it.
she did
Oh.
fire, but it was
did
reasonable of her to believe. She turned around and saw her partner rolling on the ground, yelling, "I'm hit," and firing back at the car. It was reasonable for her to come to his aid. The issue that this
For sure.
exposes is that
Fire at
Again,
what? You need to
it's-
sort of
I-
know what you're firing at. Oh,
at the car, the
um,
suspect in the car. But the main situation is, again, I think we can pretty clearly see that this police officer just wasn't police material. This person just wasn't police
Yes.
material. They weren't mentally there, or they didn't get proper training, or they just weren't capable of doing the job, and they snapped when under stress.
Yeah.
They essentially semi-hallucinated, misinterpreted something completely
So-
different.
The other
And
Not even
interpretation of it
stressed?
is
Maybe there's
he's
something
racist,
in
and the fact
Florida's
that the
water.
no,
okay?
no,
the fact
it's
that the
that,
person in the
no,
car
no.
was black was what set
No.
him off. That's the only reason
No,
why I assumed that he had a
no,
gun, even though he'd
no.
been patted down twice. Do you see this
I
as a
was
racist
in the
issue?
middle of a reasonable explanation, and you guys are beaming.
I
So.
just need this as a
I'm
crap.
telling you the
copy.
other story that's going around right now.
Speaking of reasonable explanation, I have a couple of questions.
Yes, thank Acorn.
Everyone's making a big deal about how they didn't actually hit the guy, but he was in the police vehicle, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Our
in the
police
backseat,
vehicle-
cuffed
Well,
with his hands behind
you
his
saw
back.
the window break, though.
Yes.
I mean, they could have hit his head.
Cool.
If you're
Do
going
we
to
know-
point out
I
the
mean,
fact
not
that the,
cool,
the
but-
car is
Also
armored,
the-
Heard.
The car, it's not. So police
not
cars,
armored.
police cars
But,
are not
yeah,
not
probably
armored, and they are
not
not bulletproof.
that.
They are cars. Sorry.
Good to know.
And also,
It's so yeah. It proves that again. You need to be normal people need to be stretched mentally in order to make a snap judgment as disastrous and misguided as this. You normally need to put them through a lot of tension and stress to get to this point where they're like, oh my god, snapping sound, I'm being shot at. Again, police officer, it's much more stressful, much more complicated, much more hostile situations, etc. But I do think that this ultimately shows that this person just wasn't police officer material at all, and that wasn't weeded out during the training. And I do think that this does show the fact that there are gaps, and people don't get filtered out who don't have the mental capacity to endure the stressful situations that police officers have to deal with every single day, every single hour. Because whenever they walk up to a car, they do have to put in the back of their mind, okay, I might just have a gun pulled at me at any moment. I'm in the US, it could probably happen. So it has to be in the back of their mind. They have to be constantly trained and ready for that. And for them to snap at a little sound, it is just unacceptable and should be.
yes.
Like the very basic training should cover how to react to every single possible situations and have an escalatory ladder,
properly
etc.
overreact.
All of this, not just to the smallest possible potential aggression, to your immediate reaction being full lethal force from different angles, all of your
and
ammunition.
understand what you're
rolling
saying.
on the floor. Yes.
There is
The rolling on the
I
floor
would
was a
do
bad
type
idea as
1
well,
error,
because
though.
it's.
I
instead
would
of
like to get the
Sorry.
cop's story at least. Okay, why stress? Something else. I
He
really
genuinely
would like
believed
to
he was
get
being
why.
shot at.
So people,
literally
cops
told me to
could
stop.
learn from that particular instance. Okay.
So
Yeah,
he,
but so as Hydra was pointing out, like cops are extremely stressed, and so there is that whole thing of like you hear the rustling in the bush, like do you ignore it? Well, that's probably cops that aren't going to live to train other cops. So I don't know, you have to kind of be on edge. Like I've literally had a gun pointed at me, and yeah, it freaked me the fuck out, but like I don't blame the cop because of what they thought. So I had like a window scraper in my back seat, and that morning as I was like scraping my car, the stupid plastic piece broke off, so it was essentially just a pipe sitting in my back seat with like a brush on the end of it. Looked very much like a shotgun.
No, listen.
So like the cop
I don't
pulled
blame
over,
the
like, what do you
cop
have in the back
either
seat?
for what he was
I kind of
thinking.
turned to look.
That's
and
the difference.
To her, that's me going for a gun. I get you, but it's like I kind of understand his error while he completely like the
Well,
whole
no, I
saying
understand
I've
his
been
reaction,
hit and
like his
tucking, rolling, and
emotional
then jumping a
reaction.
second clip. Like,
So
Yeah.
the main
No, I
argument
don't
is
know,
that
man.
we understand that someone might mistake that as
For
a
sure.
shotgun, and that's okay to feel and think that way. But
Yeah,
to
but he was
don't know,
go
man.
on a
was he handcuffed in the back seat? That's
yes
like
and patted
Yeah.
down.
he was, and he had been patted down
He,
twice.
because
Okay,
the thing is that
do
he
I need
didn't.
to bring
no,
out
yeah.
Dr. Grande? I'll bring out
Yeah,
Dr.
no,
Grande's
he didn't.
video.
Okay,
No.
no, it's great.
No,
So
don't
he
do
didn't-
it, please. Come on.
No.
God.
So the thing is that the guy though he didn't. The guy was handcuffed in the back seat of the car. The guy that he fired at, right? He didn't. The cop didn't think somebody else was there shooting at him. He thought the person that he had already checked twice and handcuffed somehow was shooting through him. He didn't take the time to evaluate his situation,
In the
to
slightest.
realize he just
Yeah.
in the slightest he had a very strong emotional reaction to a sound that he heard, so much that his body felt like a physical reaction to it. This is being on edge and being worried about your situation.
It's legit like
is
PTSD
good,
veteran
but
behavior, by the way.
this guy though, he should not be the one in this situation, because if an acorn hitting his car is going to send him into this reaction under those circumstances, if anyone else was around, they could have died.
No, I got you, man.
What do you
I think
It's
both
clearly
Ray and Andrew are
unexcusable,
right.
but all I'm trying to say is just that I understand like that pressure. Like you've got to constantly be like, okay, anybody could kill me at any moment.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
when he heard that noise, I can understand why he did it. It's wrong for sure. I would say the
We all
cop that pulled me
understand his
over and then like
emotion,
put a
yeah.
gun in my face, I think that was wrong too. I can understand why she did it. Like I turned to look behind me to see what the hell she was talking about when she asked me what's in the back seat. And you know, I'm not saying that she's right. I think she overreacted as well, but I understand why she did. Like, is that someone going for a gun? This dude thought somebody already had the gun and was firing at him. I understand why he did it. It's a complete like overreaction, but I think you're gonna have
And it
that with
goes
police
against all
considering the
logical and
situations they're in
rational
every
thought in
single
this
day.
particular case. Okay.
Yeah, I think you are going to get that with police, but this guy went even further, it seems, because didn't hear a window crack or anything like that. So he's being shot. He somehow hears a pop, but there's
Well,
no
yeah, and he
window
thought that he was
breaking,
hit
there's
too.
You're not doing advanced logic
And he thought he was
exercises
hit.
when you're panicking or
Yeah.
to react in a moment.
Yeah.
Like you're not
I
going to
know
be
that,
like,
but-
okay, I
but-
heard
but-
I
but
heard a
it's not-
sound. Was
Yeah,
the
the
window
logic
open?
exercise
Was the-
need to be. It's not logic
Yeah.
exercise are not going to happen. This is training that needs to be beaten into an
That's what
individual
I'm saying.
mentally before
Literally.
they get into situations like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
So that
training and
before you get into
evaluation.
once it's go like I think we all agree that once
Yeah.
once the shooting started, there was literally nothing you could do to stop it whatsoever. You had to it would just play
Yes.
out, maybe in a different way, but it would play out. The main thing is that there should be checks in place, breaks in place to stop a situation from getting to this position in the first
this
place.
point, yeah.
So what would
Like
the
eval.
stop speed? Like I see the funny comment above of
Well,
like how they
BMO
train horses. Like could we actually desensitize cops to that? And then would that be a good thing that they don't react when they like
No,
think they're hearing-
don't react. We don't ask you not to react. We ask you to react with in a reasonable and
You
a
train
reasonable
those pathways.
and sufficient and coordinated way. That's
You know
what we
how
want.
office buildings have random fire drills? What you do is you just chuck an acorn at a cop every once in a while. Just to
Run!
I think
You can't
that-
do
After this, no way in hell.
Yeah. Because
Well, you do it in the office.
It would be a.
Oh, no, I'm really loud.
It would be a lot more harsh on this guy if the person had been injured. If this
For
guy had been
sure.
injured, I think that
Yeah.
we would not be giving him
I
as
mean,
much benefit of the doubt.
If-
Which
Yeah.
yeah.
If schools are doing shooting drills, I would hope that police stations would be doing the same.
I mean,
At the
they
very
make them
least.
test at the range.
And
Right.
immediately.
Well,
This is what a bullet sounds like.
yeah. A
Yeah.
car backfiring
Okay, so
doesn't quite
the-
sound like a bullet or a
But you
gun
think
going
an
off, but
acorn
it's
does?
close, right? So how in the world is an acorn hitting the top of your car?
So
Also,
the reason
I'm
you
not-
even
can-
touch
has
it.
the-
I'm not
has the
sure-
context.
Plus the fact that
a
his,
big
his-
part. Wait, a big part of this is the fact that he had a physical reaction to he assumed that he had been shot. He said that he lost feeling in his legs.
Yes, he's
And this was
self-deluded
all
and
from the
barrel
sound of
rolled
an
and crawled.
acorn hitting
He
the
did a
top of a
1080.
car.
Yes, that is exactly it. That's the thing that it went all the way there instead of like I can understand like even many
drawing
years
his
ago,
weapon
It shows the
4 hours
improper
ago-
training and improper reaction, because even if let's give him the benefit of that, let's actually say that the guy somehow pulled a pistol out of his ass, undid his restraints, and assembled a suppressed firearm and was now firing him through the car without anyone noticing or the car breaking in any way, shape, or form. Your reaction of doing a double dodge roll to the sides will not
Dark
save you
Souls stuff.
because you will lose situational awareness while you are rolling,
Mhm.
and you will not get into cover. You will not be able to shoot back. I understand getting to the ground or even lunging to get behind cover, but rolling around is not the solution. And especially you then just fucking like, okay, if you fire back, that's fine. But then the whole situation of them not even noticing that he slips, he hits his knee on the edge of the pavement or the little thingy over there, and then misinterprets it at that as well as being hit. So clearly, as soon as he started stumbling downhill from the mistaken sound all the way to the improper, untrained, very emotional reaction, from that on, he just continued essentially to bump into anything, and that just reinforced the delusion that he already had. So you couldn't stop it, obviously, but the main thing is that it's clearly the response itself. If you look at every single piece of it, it shows that this individual should have been weeded out like months ago in training, and even then, or just completely have their responses conditioned properly.
But what if it was PTSD from the job? Like, what if he had been screened, he's all good, and then he gets PTSD?
No, he should be screened for PTSD as well.
No, but like he doesn't. Let's say he was screened. He didn't have
monitored
before his shift.
He needs to be monitored also, or placed on leave if you're not sure.
Yeah,
those,
isn't that
the
when you
symptoms
have
are over.
fire
but you do that
Sorry,
before
it's
each
bad.
shift.
If a cop get PSD and can cause this sort of trouble because of that, I think.
No, but how do you detect PTSD?
Put on desk duty.
You have regularly conciliatory periods within the police force.
Yeah. You have check-ins.
How
okay?
regular?
And you would
the
put
other
him
thing
with,
that adds to this
you would
is
put
their
him with
actual
a
shifts.
partner who would be aware of it and wouldn't leave him alone, like in a situation like this. Or
No,
he
you're skipping the point, Vincent. It's if they don't know he has it in the first place. But yeah,
they should do that. That's the problem. This is conjecture. Stop. Okay, we don't. The issue is that agree that we are going to.
I'm not conjecturing about anything. I'm saying what would you implement, and your answer is regular checks. So that's the discussion right there.
Yeah.
Your supposition that it can
checks.
just be between them is not really meaningful, because even if they do a counseling every single day, it could still have happened between them, that he just acquired the PTSD right there and then no one can stop it. Obviously, we're not saying that it's not possible to...
PSD doesn't come out of nowhere, but sometimes there are triggers that bring it up later on. You can be perfectly
I'm
fine
not making
for a while
declarations about
sometimes.
reality here.
Yeah, and it does kind of come with that job as well. It's a lot of traumatic incidents. You're rushing into the most traumatic incidents. So the thing is, when would you do these checks? Would you do it before every shift? Because the other thing is, they have extremely odd schedules that I've heard every cop complain about. Essentially, like your shift is switched a whole bunch of times, so there's a lot of exhaustion on top of this trauma that you have to deal with.
Well,
I don't
hire
know,
more
man.
police
I think
also,
there should be
so
something
there's
to
not
stop this.
exhaustion. Okay,
No,
hire more
you
police
psych-
officers if your police force is suffered. You do not want a exhausted police force. It's
You
just
do psych evals
logically
every
stupid.
quarter, and if there's some sort of traumatic event, or if
Yeah.
live ammunition has been used, you do it that day.
Yes.
Generally,
Sure,
I
that would be
hear
great.
police forces do it after every shooting. They do a psych evaluation,
Right.
and there should be
It's
at least
possible
once
you
a
won't
quarter.
catch every single. It's possible
Yeah.
that you won't catch every single one, but how far this guy was gone, the fact that he, like Hydra was pointing out, the fact that he reacted so badly to this, and his behavior did not comport to his training
It was
whatsoever, assuming
disorganized.
he had the correct training, points to the fact that this guy in particular would never have been in this situation had all of the checks been in place and working.
He should have been caught numerous points before throughout one of
Yes.
the many filters in the system, essentially. This is because this shows like the ultimate breakdown, or just how you get into a catastrophic situation of like tiny failure after tiny failure just adding up into this.
I bet there's two cases for this. Either he just slipped through, which is unlikely, or this police force does not actually have a good system for monitoring the mental health of their police officers, which is the
very
more
likely.
likely case. Yes. There is a possibility they do all this and he's just been hiding it and passing off, but I think it was probably the latter. That
I think it also doesn't help that in America the police gets called far more often and in far more diverse situations, in a lot more potential danger, with a lot more potential events to deal with a lot more potential persons to interact with. The police also gets called for like mentally, like from everything from mentally deranged individuals, potential animals. It may be a shooter, it may be a hijacking, everything. But despite this, in all of the Western worlds, the US police force having the possibility of facing some of the most unique and dangerous situations, despite this, they receive some of the lowest amount of years in training and some of the least funding. And obviously, I do think that is a terrible combination. And that's why you run into situations like this. I'm frankly amazed that you don't have more terrible shootings.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some misappropriating of proper funds, like priority. But we also had that in the public school system. I mean,
but that in of itself doesn't account for the whole thing. I'm talking about not just like, oh, somebody is skimming. It happens everywhere, and it has to be accounted for in the system.
What about the fact that police are supposed to be public servants, and his partner was there with civilians and he was shooting in that direction? Like that should be considered too if you're going to unload your entire mag.
Well,
and his partner ran towards him.
Well, obviously he has this no situational awareness. We've already established that.
Right.
So
and that really is a problem. That should be
it's a huge problem. Okay, beyond a problem.
Do we know the circumstances around his resignation? Did he choose to resign, or was he pressured into resigning?
He chose it. Like, he was shown afterwards the footage and everything, and even when shown to the Acorn, he was initially maintained that no, I definitely was shot at. And then after some time, he decided to voluntarily resign, which somehow makes it so that now, apparently, we don't need to do any serious looking into our investigations because they voluntarily resigned.
So
there's probably pressure.
Half,
like,
of course,
it's embarrassing as hell, man. Like, nobody would stop giving him shit. Like, he would have zero credibility. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if somebody pressured him too, but there's definitely pressure there. Like, come on.
Yeah, and also
there should be pressure on him. I wasn't
implying that it's just throwing more money at the police officers would work, because obviously that's worthless.
That's why I said the misappropriation of funding. There's definitely a consideration for where the money's spent within any institute in general.
Because otherwise you're just throwing it into furnace, basically.
Exactly.
So given that we've seen worse incidents with lethaler outcomes, in which the police get off scot-free, does this person get any karma points for having for
being lucky and not accidentally shooting the guy?
No. Being a terrible shot,
making the decision to resign.
I hear what you're saying. It what is it? Like maybe like he gets one positive, but like two or many more negative. Because
he's still south of good by all means. Just
because he resigned, but he theoretically resigned for very personal and selfish reasons.
Embarrassment.
Well, there's embarrassment, but there's also like he could be hoping that by retiring, by quitting, that he will avoid a Derek Chauvin-esque situation where he has to go in front of a judge and actually end up getting, because he wasn't. I mean, because while he was acting,
he would still have qualified immunity, though, right? Like in his act, he thought that it happened. Like, I'm not sure.
He does qualify theoretically under qualified immunity because he was doing all of this as a,
and they can still prosecute him even if he resigned. Okay,
attempted manslaughter.
Yeah, because I mean, he wasn't. I guess it would be similar to, what's her name?
Again, I think focusing on him is a mistake. I think going back to the police force and the training is also. We don't know which is.
Realistically, this shouldn't be a criminal case. It should be a civil case, and they should be sued into oblivion.
And
All of
again, I do
No,
agree
I
with
don't know
Vincent
about
the
that.
main
That won't
issue
help the
is
police force. There should be
that's
some
not
sort of
at all. We
steps
are not
taken
prosecuting this
to
individual.
resolve this from happening in that police district at the very least.
It's not
Okay,
the,
suing into oblivion is just a revenge act. Okay, you want to reform, you want to improve things. Okay,
so it's not
We
the.
miss you, Galente.
Yes,
We miss
thank you
you.
for showing up even in
We're
just
so
chat.
glad that you're around. We just want to know that you're okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you
letting
for
us
the
know you're
life
okay.
signs.
Mhm.
So it's again, too much focus is being given on like, oh, we need to investigate this individual, we need to punish this individual, we need to hold the court, so that I think that this is also part of the problem. This overly focus on the individual. I haven't seen. I looked around a bit. Maybe I just wasn't perceptive enough, but I haven't seen anything about like, oh, we are going to do an investigation of how this could have happened, or we're going to take a second look at our like training stuff, or like the we are making changes in order to avoid a situation like this in the future, or like there is any sort of like the attempt.
well,
and
hopefully at least the
reconciling this
community
issue.
is holding the guy and more importantly the police office to account. Okay,
That's the
I would
point. I think there's
assume
too
they're
much
doing that.
on the we are holding the guy accountable instead of like how
Yeah,
did
I
it get to
think,
this point.
Yeah, I agree. The actual district he's at, and maybe even the greater structure of the police force in that area, need to be looked at and see what needs to be done to sort of resolve issues or prevent issues of this happening in the future.
And even if the guy didn't resign, it's completely possible that it would have just been again a distraction about like, here's the blame, here's the individual, let's point at him, let's throw shit at
then
him.
it's
And
natural to
that's not,
scapegoat
yeah.
people. I agree.
And then just not talk about how did we get here, or like how
Mm.
to stop this from happening in the future.
I-
And instead just like yap about this person bad, or I don't know, police bad, something, do a narrative. You know?
Maybe
Yeah.
someday we can start respecting mental health issues and treat them as such.
But that
Sure.
would be expensive, Charles.
Yeah,
Touche.
and mental health has its own set of problems within the psychiatric community that probably need to be looked at a little bit more, but that's
Well,
besides the point.
Fine, look
It's
at
still
them.
something.
I mean, something
Yeah,
needs to be done.
I
not-
agree.
not, oh well, fuck
Yeah,
it.
yes.
'cause, they're going to screw it up. So let's not do anything.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Okay, there's so many issues that need to be resolved on a multitude of levels. It's almost mind-boggling.
Can't give shit.
On the resigning note, I think it could be very much. I have two tiny anecdotes. Like one time, I got a breakaway in a basketball game, big basketball game, because I was running towards my own side. And then another time, I thought I got hit in paintball, and I went out, but I wasn't actually hit because I don't know what it is. I guess the adrenaline's high, and the little thing happens. And you're like, oh, I'm hit, and you're. And so I would be incredibly embarrassed if I was that guy, and I would just not want to be look like anymore.
Probably, but in the end, none of us disagree that these things happen and these things are natural human reactions.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that these things should be altered, prevented, or trained out of you. Obviously, if you are in a profession where
To a degree we
killing
can, yeah.
people with a twitch of a finger is common.
Yeah, emotions will run high. The politics will try to spin it a certain way. I say ignore the noise and try to resolve these particular matters, the actual matters, instead of a scapegoating or try to use this for political points. And it's sad reality. It's probably not going to happen.
I would bet some things on it that's not going to get a sweeping reform fixing this issue anytime soon.
I think tragedy isn't avoidable. I think there's always going to be things. Like, I'm not saying we shouldn't try, obviously.
And the US is just way too big to not have this kind of situations to begin with.
If we can get news from anywhere on Earth and there's like 8 billion people, we're always going to hear something.
Don't act just emotionally. It's fine.
And the fact that
we don't do the same thing that guy did, okay?
Well, if you're going to militarize the police force, you have to train them as such.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm not excusing his behavior.
No.
I'm just saying there's always disasters. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and
I
like
mean-
this reminds me so much of one that happened like a decade ago in LA. Like there were these two women who happened to be in a car delivering newspapers, and it just happened to match the description of a car that was previously in a chase.
Oh.
So the police shot more than 100 rounds into the car. They had to pay them like $4 million. Somehow, out of 100 rounds, again, nobody got hurt. But
Wow.
It's fucking
I don't know.
insane.
Like it happens quite a lot, and I don't know that you're necessarily going to prevent this when like the job is to like run into a burning building, to go to the scene of a crime, to go after the guy who is doing crazy crimes. Like I don't know, man. You're going to have an adrenaline jump, and
Well, you're not if you're a psychopath.
I agree. There should
The
be something
adrenaline
better.
jump is not the issue. We all agree that
Yeah.
his emotions and reactions were completely natural for a person.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
problem is that the way he did it and how disorganized and dysfunctional it was.
Exactly.
Is that
Do you guys
we
know
cannot
about,
going
like,
to prevent
Navy SEAL
the
training?
twitch, the reaction, the emotion. The best we can do with training is to channel it in a way that is more in line with what the police force is ought
Right.
to
And
be.
so to that end, like doctors, I know it's a completely different environment, but doctors, they do lots of training on how to, like there's specific procedures that they undergo or and training to not make mistakes, procedures that they do that reduce making mistakes. So, and police have these things happen. Part of like what is it? The incident that happened a while back with the lady who the lady cop who did the taser and then fired her gun, right? Part
Yeah.
of that was a big part of her case, is whether or not she received the proper training and whether or not she followed it.
There's also an element you brought up
this
cops.
kind of
I mean,
stuff-
sorry, please.
It's
You
very
brought up
clear
doctors.
that he didn't follow his training when he or let me rephrase that. It's very clear that he didn't follow proper
procedure.
For you to say.
yeah, exactly.
Not easy. But yeah, you
Proper
bring up
police procedure.
doctors who get plenty of education, schooling. You need to pretty much go to a separate school after college. Let's even look about the education of police officers. What sort of a education, degree, intelligence, harsh realities of the world. Some people are probably too dumb to be
It's-
police officers.
I don't
okay?
believe it's a good comparison because of the nature of how drastically different the environments and the
Okay, I
necessary
know
tools
it's not
are.
a
But
perfect one-to-one mapping,
I do
but
agree
him
with
bringing up
the
doctors is making me think about the education level and the intelligence of police force. Okay,
I do agree
It's
with the
just something to
baseline
consider
argument.
about.
There
of,
are
like,
few police doctors.
Yeah. Well, Marines, aren't the
Just
sharpest
comment,
spoons
yeah.
in the drawer. And if you watch
They
footage
have
of
their
them
own
handling
dogs.
it,
But that's the whole issue is like you need to be capable of exerting very precise, organized violence if necessary, as any of these forces, Marines, police officers, etc. But the whole crux of the issue is that it needs to be organized, because otherwise you're just making everything worse. So that's essentially again, it's extremely difficult. And I do think it's telling that in the United States, where the job of the police officers is the hardest possibly anywhere in the Western world, they get the least amount of training compared to other places, at least on the basic fundamental level. Also that they don't have separate divisions that they have in other places for like, this is the specific kind of task group or people we call for like a potential mentally insane person or
Yeah,
or
I
this
will
is-
agree
we have a
with that.
Where
separate
it
group
is.
for
I'll
like
agree with
lost
that.
animals or etc. I do think that the workload again is insane from what I've been able to see and hear from others, and that there just isn't enough help, materials and training to forge these individuals into what they need to be to handle situations like this properly.
So
I
on
don't disagree
regards to
with that.
training,
Just jurisdiction and like the different departments, it sucks because it's not consistent like all across America. You have completely different things, like from a big city to like, some like very desolate town.
Yeah, it doesn't
You
help.
don't do the exact same thing. So it's kind of very diverse, and it would be cool if you know, a lot of these bigger departments that do have more incidents did take on better training. I think Lord Cameron was saying something
So
about the training.
regarding, am I sound
Go.
good here?
You're allowed
Okay.
to speak, Lord Camden.
Well, thank you. So regarding training, I read a book about psychopaths, and they talked about the training that Navy SEALs go through. And what they found with the Navy SEAL training is it doesn't so much train Navy SEALs to be these unfeeling, like super soldier badasses. It filters out everyone who isn't a psychopath. And so what they do is, like a literal psychopath, one of the tests they do is they have a giant piece of work equipment, like a giant backhoe or something, running, and they tell you to lie down with your head under the wheel, and then they play a sound like the engine revs suddenly while you're under there, and so people will jump up and freak out and run away, but you're supposed to, it's like, stay still no matter what, and so you have to stay still, and they don't tell you that this is fake. They make you think, oh, this thing's about to crush my head. And then they do stuff like they tie your arms together and your legs together, and they throw you into a swimming pool that's like 9 feet deep, and the only way to survive there is to kick off the bottom, like, you know, scrunch up and kick off the bottom again and again. And when they test Navy SEALs, they find, like, I don't remember the number now. I think it was something like 75% are psychopaths, and psychopaths do not respond abnormally to, you know, freakish things. And yeah, I don't know.
So there's ways-
That's the training
yeah,
police
all
have to go
in-
through.
Filter
All
them out.
interesting information. I don't know how it really
I'm not
relates
sure
to this, but-
about that specifically. I have no information, but about maybe.
I don't think it
don't
would
think this
hurt
is
to
about
like
the
weed
spike-
out some of the
no.
bad people who are there for the wrong reasons. That sounds awesome. I'm just
Yeah,
not
I
sure.
can get behind a sort of test to make sure.
I'm just
people
not sure
don't-
if like there's the funding and everything. The other issue is COVID really like killed a whole bunch of the departments, and numbers are kind of down across the country. We did a bunch of mandates where people were forced to get the vaccine, and a lot of them didn't want to, and then they were also being forced to enforce some of those rules, and just there was a lot of people that kind of left over that. So that is an issue as well with training. It's like if we're
It's
trying to get
fucking
people
stupid, but
actually
yeah.
in the door as much as possible, they're probably lacking.
I
on a
guess,
lot of
sorry,
the
where I was
training.
getting with that, sorry, is the kind of person that isn't going to react to the Acorn or whatever extreme situation. I don't know necessarily if training can do it, and if training can do it and weed it out, do you want all your police to be psychopaths? Is sort of it's a tricky thing, because you do want them to be human, your police to
Well,
be human.
Counterpoint. I don't know much. Don't know that much about marine training and marines, etc. And what you've told, whether or not it's. I'm just gonna take your word on it because I don't know. But what I do know is that one of the things that was necessary for the Marines to do is to go through multiple missions in a row, or one big one where you don't sleep for numerous days again and again and again, like 3 days, etc. I think, or 2.
Right.
And you have to carry out the objectives regularly, just like if you are fresh and well fed, etc. And one of the failure points is, again, if you had trainees fail because they were like, oh my god, there is sleep deprivation can do crazy things to you. Like, there's a sea monster coming to eat our boat, and then they just fired all of the ammunition into the water because they all hallucinated that something was coming to eat them. When those people get weeded out as well. But again, this comes back to my point that you need to be able to perform organized violence on command, but also be able to behave in a very orderly manner. And yes, that is very contrary to what human beings are by default. But I refuse to believe that it's not possible to create a working police force where so many other places are doing it so much better than the US.
I also think
with
the focus
alterations.
on
I'm not saying that
the
you can
sort
just
of-
lift everything that they did back into the US and it carries over perfectly. We should just do all the same things, copy them, and everything will be fine. But clearly, this is not an impossible conundrum or paradox to solve. There are clear solutions that have worked in similar situations. That we could attempt.
There's also the militarized force. Keep on bringing up the police force. Everyone does, and even the point you brought up, Hydra, about the point about mental health that's been brought up. There should be some specialists within the field to sort of mitigate, like have these different divisions for mental health, and at least have someone who has some basic training along with someone who has more militaristic training in case something goes sideways. Just cops
Yeah.
work in pairs. We should take advantage of that. for whatever situation that we need. For mental health checks, have a team where standard police officer, then you have a pretty much a psychiatrist or someone with basic training in that, who also has police training along with that in a partner thing. And that's where I'll leave that off. They're probably different partners for different things, but I think I got across the idea.
The difference between like Marines and police is, at least in Marines, you're expecting combat. You know, you're in a field where you're expecting to be combative, whereas a police officer, you're a public servant.
You have a
And-
ton of civil duties that don't include shooting and
Right,
shouldn't, or else
right.
it's a fuck up. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
even the Marines have different special MOSs
Yes,
also.
but-
But your general point still stands, okay? The Marines or any military force is still going to be specialized to that. And the police aren't the same exact thing. I get your point, Charles. Sorry if I cut you off, man.
it's fine.
It's not a good example because yes, the police has too many civil duties, and generally, whenever they get caught somewhere, the potential things that they have to face are so much more diverse and different than just we are calling the Marines for this. It's like, again, and that is what I'm saying. The encounters that you can run into as a police officer in the US are so diverse and range from
Right.
potentially hilarious to you might die in 3 seconds. That obviously a lot of preparation should take place, and that's ultimately what I think is that's the preparation these people have been through are clearly inefficient.
Yeah,
That's
at
it.
12 o'clock, you could be dealing with somebody's dog is in their neighbor's yard, and then at 12:15, suddenly you're in a shootout, and it's like, whoa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're all laymen's, okay? We're talking in hypotheticals. Trying
Take
to
everything we say with
based
a
on
massive grain
this.
of salt. yeah.
Yes, okay.
It's an interesting
We're just
point, though. Like,
thinkers,
is the
okay.
problem the police or is the problem the United States? In the sense that
I don't
the-
think any of us are qualified to really answer that. We can only speculate
The
and
United
give our own
States
thoughts
isn't
on it.
that unique.
It's never the
aside from the
problem.
guns
Thank you.
perspective of what a police officer might run into. So it's certainly a problem that I believe can be solved without like magic or like fundamentally altering the foundation.
Well,
of the
I hope
US or anything
so.
like
I
that.
really hope so.
We're never gonna have perfect police force, but situations like this should be rare, but they are clearly not savage.
And they should be learned from, okay? To
Instead of like
stop the
having a
next
witch
time.
hunt against an individual. Yeah.
Exactly. It might feel satisfying to place the blame and crucify someone, but in the long run, it's not helpful to anyone.
Tell that to the
Does-
cat.
Well,
Does the fact that this is a very pretty damn rare event, like the closest thing that I can think of is like a decade ago, I think that was like 2013 when they shot at the paper delivery ladies. I don't know, does that give any hope that this does seem to be rare, but it could obviously happen given
Oh
the
yeah,
nature
sorry.
of
When
this?
I was talking about, I didn't mean specifically the instance of like getting spooked by a one thing and discharging firearm into a vehicle. I meant as in the signs and cracks showing that proper training or proper protocol wasn't followed because of stress or external reasons, etc. Like it's I didn't just specifically mean that they can overreact if placed in certain situations. It's more so that
I thought this was going to be the lighter topic
that's
Nope.
that we were going to
No.
start off
Point.
with.
it's too
Yeah,
many
it was
bullets. Too many bullets for this to be a light topic.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I do think that it's just the answer is that you need to. The system is very much fragmented from what I hear. Again, I'm not an expert on this by any means, nor am I particularly well informed with the inner workings of the US police force, but there seems to be a need for some reorganization and a rethinking of how to approach situations like this, because I mean generally, whenever a police officer gets called out for something, it's just thankfully, incidents specifically like this are, as it was said before, rare, because also almost every time it happens, the media reports on it because it's very fat and juicy. So
And thank
thankfully, we
goodness for
know
body
how
cams
much.
now.
Yeah, that
Yes.
also helps a lot. We also
Yeah.
have to take into account and acknowledge that it's not like the police force did nothing or just never tried to fix these issues, or the state did nothing. The fact that we have body cam footage of the whole thing already saved everyone from a lot of headache and from the situation being potentially a lot worse. So we need to acknowledge that, yes, steps have been taken in the right directions, and we can solve this issue, or not solve it, because there will always be mistakes and violent shootouts where people are getting spooked by nothing, but we can make the situation better, and we can improve the circumstances and the training, because already the fact that we had a body cam record the entire thing, and then people immediately responded, analyzed, and corrected the situation, and correctly deduced what happened, is already a huge leap forward from where we were before. So that's the bright side of things.
Super bright.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, there was a poll in chat. I think it brought a lull to everything. But yeah, good time.
Either six
I
people were
created
talking
a
or
law.
no one.
Shocked that it's 50-50 right now.
I'm actually Daisy is upset. I mean Daisy's not upset. Daisy is looking at the results. Come on, Daisy, look, it says yes.
What is the
Yes.
result? Well, what's the poll? I don't see it.
56%. It says, should Daisy sit on Kitty's lap?
Aw.
I've
Yeah.
been trying the whole time. Thanks. I've got a whole ass blanket here. Anyway, no, that was not my intention with the poll. But final thoughts as we go around, because we're going to go on to breakdancing.
Yeah, don't let this distract you from the actual danger Big Acorn represents.
Big Acorn.
Absolutely.
Don't
And the
trust
squirrel
trees.
is still at large. Yes, as previously I've said before. Very dangerous. I'm the dangerous.
Don't blame it on the
Careful.
squirrels. It was the damn tree, and you know it.
Yeah.
Daisy put her bot accounts to vote no. Yeah, she did.
This is
Hey,
why
Sap.
we
Come.
get rid.
You see, Cinnaru.
Rip.
No, we can't hear you, Cinnaru.
Yeah, we are losing the local dessert on the panel.
But you look fabulous.
Right, Daisy's gone, guys. So the result poll's over. Daisy's gone.
Oh,
As much as you guys voted.
Wow.
Democracy
I cast my
doesn't
vote for
work.
nothing.
Spoon was right. Spoon was right, guys. Because the democracy said yes, and Daisy said fuck yeah.
Wow.
Listen, the
Streaming
cat
is hard.
that this is only proof that democracy would never work with cats. Okay, they would push over the voting box before counting it. Obviously.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
So yeah, final thoughts on. So listen, the thinkers have solved society. They said
Exactly.
You can't
There
just
will
throw
never
money
be
at
a
it.
police shooting ever again. Yes.
Just we can't throw money at it, but we also want to train further. What other points? Fix it, right?
AI cops.
Yeah.
Have different
Robocop.
potential groups, not have the police handle everything from a homeless person to a lost animal to a mental health situation to somebody shooting, because that's also takes some load off. Like, for example, you could have a separate division for like, these are the lost animal recapturers or something, you know, just like
I mean, I guess they're
responsibility for
area
that.
specific, but we kind of have that here. Like, I don't know. Sometimes the cops
Like a
show up
beat
and it's like
cop.
animal control. I don't know.
But not always, and it's not organized enough. It's too fragmented for it to be really
So vote
take
for
load
thinkers.
off from the police
2024.
officers. I think, again, it's just me and I don't know much, but that's my idea.
That people should be rational and sometimes
Well,
use
the
their
only
right to
thing-
remain silent, like I'm doing now.
The only thing that I wanted to add to this was how crazy the brain is. This person had external factors, had a tiny little stimulus that turned everything into danger for him. He literally felt numb in his legs. He thought he had been shot, and for a sustained amount of time, until the other officers came back, he said, "Am I hit?" He thought he was hit. So, like, this is a no matter, also apparently he was trained, he was part of the military. He didn't see any action, but he was part of the military. So take with that what you will. And whether or not we judge him for the interpretation his brain went through, his brain really did go, hey, Acorn, boom.
It actually really brings up like microaggressions when people have this thing where they say, oh, this thing like sets me off like crazy. They do set you off like crazy. Like you think an acorn's a gunshot, you think someone saying something slightly different is like the end of the world.
Yes, and that's a problem.
It's the same sort of process. You're strung out.
Yeah.
It's why I assume that he was mentally pulled back like a slingshot in order to, snap like this.
Mental health. Every
so I just don't think
comes up with a gun.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I think of. I'm as much as like access to weapons does limit the amount of incidents that can happen in the first place. The real issue really is mental health, and it frustrates me that both sides, when a gun situation happens, shooting happens, whatever, people argue about the access to guns almost exclusively, instead of it should be a mental health like issue primarily.
Right.
Because
worldwide, not just exclusively to America.
Sure.
Because when I was in Denmark, it was the happiest country in the world, but their suicide rate was ridiculous. So
yeah,
it's a problem.
Maybe that's why they are happy.
They're getting renewal. They're depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they called the depressed people.
Out. Here, why don't you take this pill?
They didn't even bother. Hey, wait, no, they didn't bother with Maid there. Oh, did they? Wasn't Denmark one of the only places that?
Listen, if all of the people that feel bad can just press a button and die, you will only see the happy ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Jokes aside, it's I do think that firearms on this level have existed before in the US, and the recent. I would also like to point out that the whole shooting situation is not as bad as often the media and other sources pointed out to be, and it's majorly overblown, but the fundamental issue is still there. I think that there has been a lot of changes that society went through, internet, etc., a general decline in mental health, and people feeling safe, becoming more radicalized, etc. I do think that ultimately, that is the solution or not the solution. The root of the problem is somewhere around there, roughly in that area, in my opinion, and not just as easy as just prevent access to guns and it will be okay.
Yeah,
no, it's
practical.
you need to look at what's driving people to do this, because previously they could have reached out and it wasn't. The situation has changed overall. And clearly there are more at play than just the things that they choose to conduct their violence with. There's a flaw there somewhere. You can figure it out.
I think what bothers people with the whole mental health focus, and it bothers me, is it's very nebulous. It's very hard to say. Because it's a very personal thing. Like, you need to be the person that fixes your own mental health, and you can't say, well, let's fix the gun problem by telling everyone to fix themselves.
It's obviously this team. You can't...
And it's unfortunate because it is the problem, and you want people to be better. And so you need people, I guess, like the sort of Jordan Peterson thing where you give people the tools to help themselves.
And even then won't be enough for a large majority of them, because they will be distorted by their own self-image and viewing themselves incorrectly and not be able to identify everything. And they are not professionals, they are not trained for it, etc., etc. And it's going to be insanely difficult. But I do think the root problem is still somewhere there. Doesn't mean we shouldn't try to solve it.
No, I think it's something you can take and say, be good to your children, be good to your friends, and hopefully that helps less incidents happen in the world around you. I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, they've gone to the wash.
Or not good. Well, good for them, not necessarily just like kind and conciliatory, but
There
actually
should be another one in
beneficial.
Sorry. I should mute myself when I have to answer this man.
Anyway, if you guys
on a mass scale, I think the one thing you can do potentially is like look into dietary stuff. Like I think that there's just slop in the United States or large, like in most of the
Oh
world. but
yeah,
it's-
I've seen surprising data about that as well, with like the crime statistics strongly correlating with like water quality and things like that. Very surprised
yeah,
by that
there's some
personally,
crazy
but it
stuff.
seems
And then
there seems to be some merit to that idea, surprisingly. Yeah.
and then the other like seed oils a lot of the time are not like you can produce them better and worse, but a lot of time they're like rancid already, and that's going to cause like well for it can cause you to be tired all the time, for example, and that's not good because then you start you're eating a bunch of rancid oils and then you're sick all the time, and then you can't handle stress as well because you're sick all the time.
Which is why you shouldn't eat cinnaroos either.
And also just the
Don't
thought,
trust
mental
trees.
health is often genetic in nature, in that the very core or seeds of something is within you, but it is still ultimately molded by your environment and the experience that you
Yeah.
go through, out of which the most influential and important one, as what Cameron already touched on before briefly, is family and upbringing, which again can help a lot, because it can be the difference between a genius and a serial murderer. It has been shown that their mental profile, their psych profile, their brain, everything can be the exact same, and the only difference in how their genetics and their mental situation and their potential roots of different problems within them develop are again dependent on how the surrounding events mold them. So it's by no means that like, oh, 90% of my genes has this, therefore I just forever be mentally fucked, nothing I can do about it. It's absolutely influenced by good upbringing, a good social net, people, friend, etc. It's very important.
We can only do our best.
Why is everyone making me wish that Sammy G was around here or on stream?
What?
Because of the picture thing.
Also, the talk about nutrition. She's an expert on that. Well, she's
that's
pretty
true.
well versed on it. I don't know if quite expert, but
No, she
that's
is.
definitely
Her
her
field of
Atom has some
expertise.
advice for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cinnamon
In one way.
Cinnamon rolls. Yum.
No,
Delicious.
seriously, I cannot have Cinnabon. It's a thing now. It's done. I can't. It is official. I can't have Cinnabon. It properly fucks me up for 2 days if I eat a Cinnabon.
I actually have some issues with Sammy G's takes on nutrition because, and they're not necessarily that she's wrong. I think like she reads a lot of studies. Like I've talked to her before, and she like just through Twitter, and she reads a lot of studies, and she has references for all of them, and she can bring them up. But a lot of the time, I don't trust the studies themselves, not because they were done poorly, but because of the motivations behind them. And
You mean like
a lot of the stuff she a lot of the stuff she talks about is that fat is actually bad, and we treat fat as we're being too kind on fat, and we should be more focused on sugar. No, the other way around. We're being too focused on sugar, and we should be more focused on fat, and she thinks fat's really bad. But that is the exact same argument that made sugar popular in the first place, and fat was villainized. So it's like the studies that change society are the ones she's reading, and the change in
There are a lot
society
of
seems to be linked to a decline in health.
on that area. You know,
I've
I've seen everything from like
know about any of the stuff.
You sit down, you develop fat, and you die from like if you consume this much sugar, your life expectancy will be cut back by years. Like I've seen that there is a lot of very complicated things flying around in the nutritional space, and a lot of people with a lot of studies, credential, training, and years behind them disagree very intensively on a lot of things. So that's if you dip your feet
it's like the
into
most
that, you can't
complicated
fall.
field there is. It's ridiculous.
Oh, so the science isn't settled for that?
Not even
I guess.
remotely.
And I think, and like the Chinese have been talking about this for centuries or millennia even. So, you know, maybe they know something, maybe they don't.
You're going to trust the Chinese? Wow.
I like their traditional medicine sometimes. It's got some interesting stuff. It doesn't often pan out when you do studies on it, but the idea of blood types or something being related, like everyone basically has a different diet that's good for them. Let's simplify it that way. So it's even harder to do a test because it could be that one person's seed oils kill another person. They fix everything for them. Like, you know, some person donuts will make depressed. Other people they'll make happy as can be. So it's a nightmare to study in any proper way.
That's almost certainly true.
Gut bacteria actually gut bacteria actually plays a big role in like weight loss and such, and weight gain.
Oh yeah, and what you eat can influence your gut bacteria. So it again, it's this huge self-feeding system that interlocks massively, and everything. And then if you eat, like, maybe a variety is what's important more than anything, or maybe not, because if you're stressed, you don't digest as well, and then if you don't digest as well, everything hurts you. So it's like everything feeds into everything, and then from that everything comes out. Like if you're tired, you won't digest well, and therefore you can only eat specific foods. But if you only eat those specific foods, then
You can get
I'm
into
I'm
stuff
sorry I
that
brought up
looks like,
Sammy G now.
It's your fault that we aren't talking about the
I know,
breakdancing
I
there.
know.
Yes,
Let's
you
move
solely
past
are
this,
at fault
okay?
for the stream being
I
derailed.
just,
Everyone else is
everything's
chased away
making me
Wizard.
miss
Are you
Sammy
happy?
G. I haven't.
yeah, I have no willpower here. It's all you.
Dying.
No free will.
Okay, yeah.
You're dying
good
of
break.
lack of sugar.
Exactly.
Eat my
Breakdancing
breath.
Dad. What is
Hey.
everyone's
Super
thoughts
bass.
on that?
I love
No.
it. I need more of it in my life.
More breakdancing Dad or something else
Don't we
that I
all
missed?
need some breakdancing dad in our lives?
We all do. The world is a better place for breakdancing.
Even
Dad.
his own daughter, it seems like, but that's
Yes,
quite a mess. Okay, I
unfortunately.
don't know what to make of it.
Okay.
Well,
Do you?
if
Who has the what's the name? Who has the best video? Because I've got one.
I would like to
Compilation.
point out a summary of the situation beforehand, so we avoid the replay of the fucking around with the Acorn clip.
There you go.
So,
Okay.
in a nutshell, or Acorn shell, I'll stop. Sorry, I'll stop. I fucking stop. Okay, it's getting really old.
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, in a nutshell, what's happened is that there was a very popular TikTok influencer. I hate that those things exist now, by the way, who uploaded a video about complaining essentially about how her father was such a deadbeat dad. He abandoned her, didn't help her with anything, didn't pay the bills, didn't pay the medical necessities, didn't visit her ever, abandoned her mom, etc., etc. Essentially about painting a picture about the complete deadbeat dad that just someone who genuinely didn't give a fuck and fucked off to do something else in the middle of everything, abandoning their responsibilities. And surprisingly enough, very quickly, her own father responded with a fully fledged response video with surprising amount of credibility and good arguments with it. And one of the things that he brought up was that he paid a severance package, even though he wasn't obliged to, of $5 million. So the financial complaint is complete and utter bollocks. And he also paid $20,000 every month additionally to that. And also,
That is his claim, just to be clear.
yes, but there is some evidence behind it that I've been able to see. Again, not concrete,
From the girl
but there is
herself,
some.
that I would agree with.
And also, there is now the disputed claim that he was actually living just a couple of miles down the street, and he wanted to visit or planned to visit regularly, and was available, and also that he didn't abandon her for breakdancing as she claimed previously, because that was the whole punchline of the situation, that she in the original videos claimed that my father abandoned me to pursue breakdancing, which is hilarious because breakdancing, one would imagine, would be kind of the thing that you would be able to pursue anywhere and everywhere, but maybe that's just me. But in response, one of the things that the dad attempts is that he attempts to breakdance, which is what lends the hilarity and the fame to this situation. And ultimately, it's very nebulous because we don't have proof for a lot of the claims flying around here. And clearly, people are talking from different biased viewpoints. But a lot has already been said in regards to how can somebody be accused of not being financially supportive when they are sending $5 million, even though they weren't required to. And at the same time, we also have dads that legit just don't pay anything and fuck off. And how is this allowed within a system? But
Yeah, this could all also be fake beef in reality,
internet
like Logan
clout.
Paul with someone else. But let's go under the assumption that all this stuff is real, because it sounds like a real circumstance.
All right, everybody's up to speed.
Oh wow, this is the guy's channel. Hold up.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's a
Oh,
famous
you found the
breakdancer.
guy's channel.
Yeah.
Aficionado, if you will.
Supposedly she is a screenwriter also. That's the
so
dad's
they couldn't
claim.
come up with it together. My daughter posts viral video trashing me. Okay, that's here it is. I've got this is as original as it gets because it's his. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I think that would work. He shows a lot of the original and kind of responds to it, so I think that would work.
So,
Yeah, but then she has a response to his response. So.
Yes,
yeah,
it's
but
getting weird.
we'll do. Okay, so from the horse's mouth. Well,
Are we doing
Scott,
Vosh
let
again?
me know.
Say yeah.
Not. So
Okay,
I was so tempted to do that also, Charles.
I get my coffee, I sit down, I open my
Say
computer,
nay.
and what
Can you
am
guys
I
hear?
greeted with? Well, hundreds of
can.
comments calling me a deadbeat
Eh?
dad, a child abandoner, and all manner of other insults. So I think, what's this all about? Well, after a few minutes of investigation, I discover that my daughter, Maddie, has made a video about me. She's a screenwriter in Hollywood. She's also
Yep.
a big social media influencer with millions of followers. Some of her videos get millions of views. And this video has tens of millions of views, 1 million likes, 20,000 comments, 40,000 bookmarks, 30,000 reposts. It's just
Why is young Jeff Bezos on screen?
insane. So I thought I'd better watch this video.
Yes, he's a Bitcoin millionaire.
Frankly, I was
Xerofax.
pretty chagrined by what I heard, to say the least. But honestly, the more I watch this video, the more I like it. Well, I like about 98% of it. However, I do need to correct a few statements in the video. But
Okay, well,
first,
play the video, yeah.
let's just watch Maddie's
Thank you.
90-second video.
I'm gonna
Why
look
does
at
his cadence match that of AI?
Yeah, that's what I was going to
He's
actually
reading it.
mention.
He's
This comes
definitely
off
reading a script.
extremely fake, extremely.
He's
He
reading it.
probably wrote a
He's reading it.
He's a
script for this
dancer,
video.
not a speaker.
Yeah, he did.
okay?
He did
Okay,
write a
yeah.
script for this, and guys, yes, please note the.
He's
A lot of
trying,
people
okay? He's
Are
doing his
giving him
best.
shit because it sounds
This
like
is
AI,
Watch Mojo
as
edition.
Charles brought
Edition.
up. Okay,
Actually,
enough.
wait, I think I got it.
Sponsored by
I think
powered by Bitcoin.
Yeah,
yeah.
I actually know
Breakdancer
what
AI.
maybe, but
He is powered by
but
Bitcoin.
actually,
joke.
I just thought of it. He could be going into this cadence in order to avoid showing like anger overtly. He could be like,
Okay,
seething,
that is
using
a
and the cadence could be
possibility.
a way of covering it up.
True. Trying
Mhm.
to
Okay.
add a layer of humor.
Yeah, no, he seems
Yeah.
kind of angry.
fair
potentially
enough.
here.
Like as much as he has definitely written this, but his tone is rather sarcastic. So yeah, there is humor in it to me. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
this is great. I'm overly over the top excited about this topic because I was woken up, but with messages telling me I'm a deadbeat dad. You know,
Yes,
that's
but to be fair, and also an important thing that I forgot to mention is that he takes semi-responsibility for the original breakup, which complicates the situation even further if the lack of physical proof wasn't enough for you. So we are truly in the middle of a stirring shitstorm.
Yeah, her video in response is truly something to watch. But yeah,
well,
let's get
let's
through
see.
this first.
Let's see the original. That
Let her
got
speak.
people-
Yes,
No.
yes. I'm just pointing out something.
No. I'm saying like let's see.
I'll
Yeah.
give you my comments.
What's a piece of trauma that you have that's funny? It has to actually be funny. I'll go first. My dad abandoned my family when I was 5 years old. That is a wife and 4 kids. He abandoned us and then pursued amateur breakdancing.
Some more context is needed here. Needless to say, I will talk about this in a moment.
Hold on, is she wearing a shirt that has a breakdancer on it?
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I'm here seeing. and
that's
I
what
think,
it looks
is
like.
it? What could be better than after switching at him in the morning? Thinkers in the morning. Wee!
Yeah, they're streaming
True.
during our time slot right now.
Happy birthday. Yeah, it's our time slot.
Our
birthday to
time's not
everyone who-
comrade.
Actually, which reminds me, I should send a message to my cousin. It's her first year anniversary. Technically.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
All right, let's continue with the video.
And he got really good. He like blew up. Like he became like a D-list celebrity status, like viral breakdancer. He became like the oldest actively competing breakdancer in the world. Then he got on Good Morning America and talk shows, and Washington Post wrote about him, and he went super viral. And he did all these interviews. He danced with Paula Abdul. Here, I'll show you.
Let's see, take a look at the 60.
Oh, it actually was him, Hydra. Because I was looking for pictures for the
I didn't recognize him. Yeah, it's
yeah.
actually him.
I was looking for
he's the man.
pictures.
He was
I
no
looking for
amateur.
I was looking for pictures for the thumbnail, and there was this thing about a breakdown. Ben Hart, this whatever from Benny Hanna, whatever, that whole thing. This is where it came from.
I
And we
take
were like,
it back.
nah.
He's a breakdancing god there. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
But he's
There
no
we go.
professional.
You roll.
Well,
Yeah, he's amateur.
you need to make money, right? And if he never made money, then I guess he is an amateur.
Yes,
Oh,
not
he made
professional.
money off it.
Breakdancer.
But he left for the love of dance.
Yes, 60 years old. Amazing. That's Ben Hart. He's competing at a breakdancing competition in Philadelphia, and he may not have won, but I tell you what, he is winning over a lot of people on the internet.
Yes.
He really is. Yeah.
Okay, and the way that she's watching this, it's just like, oh look at him. I've just told you this context of, look, he left my mother and 4 kids to do this. So you would be like, yay, look at the 60-year-old breakdancer. But then with her in it, you're like, oh yeah, that's kind of shitty. But then
Well, a lot of people on the internet.
This guy wouldn't pay my medical bills.
oh my god. Okay.
That is something that's not true.
More on that in a minute.
The worst part, damn it, he's good.
Okay, well at least she says he's good. Fine.
Yeah, but she's doing it
He's
mockingly.
like
but-
that. It's like impossible. It's beautiful.
And she's like it was worth abandoning us. He's actually really good.
Hey, Dad.
Thank you, Maddie.
Like there was no split custody or
My dad does that too, where he calls me dad.
anything. Like he just like left 4 kids to do that. He may not have paid for some of my medical bills growing up, but he did give me this breakdancing merchandise. So that's him. He's on his
That is a
dad's
nice
bank
shirt.
on it. This is
See,
B-boy name.
it's not like he did nothing for it.
Whoa, did he really give that to her?
My guess is not. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
because he's like, that's my shirt. Yeah.
Text like this, happy birthday ? And then like links to his breakdancing video.
That's
If
true.
you have funny trauma, like
Ooh.
actual funny haha trauma.
I don't see the ha-ha in her. I see the spite.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
all
see
spite.
it as
I
Agreed.
think it's
It's a-
pained.
it's-
She is trying to fool herself and others into
Mm.
like how this is funny, but it pains her obviously.
Yeah, there's so much frustration. She's flaring her nostrils. She's all of that. She is not this. She's trying to say it's funny, but she's actually.
She is
really
genuinely
mad.
hurt. She genuinely feels
yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
You hear it. Thank you.
Okay, in many ways, I love this video. And of course, I love my daughter, Maddie. And we get along great. At least I think we do.
Apparently
definitely-
not.
He's definitely written this, but yeah, considering those messages, ugh.
But a few corrections are in order, or at least a few things that need to be put in context. First, I can see that as a 5-year-old, Maddie would see her dad as having abandoned the family. One day I was living there, the next day I wasn't. And that will look like abandonment to a child. But married couples do get divorced about half the time in America. And I was just living a mile or so down the street in
You can
LaGrange,
see his ring lights in his glasses. Sorry.
Illinois. We just weren't living under the same roof. Now,
Dad GPT. Yeah, he is AI guy. Okay, so they weren't living under the same roof. So okay, cool, here we are.
about not paying medical bills. That's just not correct. Here was the financial arrangement of the divorce. Maddie's mom, my ex-wife, got $2 million at the get-go.
Oh, sorry,
the
it was
gate.
2 million.
Oh,
My
whoops.
bad. That's
$2
just a little bit.
million.
Just a little bit less. Okay,
Well, that's just at the get-go.
just a 3 million difference. Nothing to see here. But yes, anyway, 2 million is again more than enough to like set up everything
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the rest of your life forever.
Can I get the mom's
Whoa.
response? I want the mom's response
Some
video.
payment. Plus, I
Me
was
too.
paying her $18,000 per month.
Oh,
in
fucking!
child
I'm
support.
terrible
What?
with numbers.
Wait,
Somebody
hold on.
save me from myself.
Wow.
I can't remember anything
Hold on.
correctly.
Wait. She got $2 million over $2 million up front.
and then consistent income each month.
How long ago
Yeah.
did they get divorced? How old were the kids? 5, she said?
Yeah.
4 kids?
Yeah, okay.
$2 million
We
doesn't
don't-
go very far at all for 4 kids.
Well, no. But if you invest it, you can. But you're right.
But they're used to a certain
Responsible
lifestyle.
finances are assumed in a situation like this, which shouldn't be. But yeah.
If a 5-year-old were to...
And
No, go ahead.
If a 5-year-old,
I'm going to be a bitch about it. It's fine.
do it.
Do it.
Oh, it's your way.
If-
Do
sir.
it.
If
it.
a 5-year-old were to accidentally die in a Walmart and there were a civil case, that they would figure out insurance and things, and the civil suit would be far more than $2 million just for one. Just for
That's
one.
because it's a life lost.
Well,
it's
yeah,
not-
it's just it's to make
Cannot
up
be
the,
measured with monetary
Yeah.
funds.
well, what are we talking about the money for then?
To help someone.
Good point.
That's it.
To kind of tie it
It's
back
not
to that
the
weird
same
one,
as a
I know.
life lost.
Why would they
It's
pay
more
you
like-
for money
Well,
saved?
the one where no lives were lost, where the 2 newspaper delivery women were shot at over 100 times, the police department had to pay them out $5 million for not taking their life, just traumatizing them. So I don't know. Like the
Wow.
kids sound traumatized here, but can you ever
Well-
put a price on trauma? I don't know.
I think both of them need to not be in front of a camera. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Well,
yeah,
look,
but that's a different
Darling
story.
has a point. There's, you know what? I can't talk about people's eyebrows.
I
That's
can't help
the-
it.
It's-
That's like a
Alimony.
4-dimensional creature on his face. Don't look at it too hard, okay?
this was later reduced to $12,000 per month.
Oh.
And of course, I paid health insurance.
I was
and
even more.
out-of-pocket
Oh, you did pay the health insurance separately.
medical costs.
Proof?
I also put
We need-
$600,000
Yeah.
into the kids' college fund. In all, I paid out about $5 million to my ex-wife to
That's
cover
where the
costs.
$5
Oh,
million
that's where the
kids.
number came from. Okay.
And this is in
I wasn't sure.
$2,005.
$2,005.
We'll add 50% to account for inflation. In other words, I was not a deadbeat dad at all. And by the way, Maddie did not say that in her video, but a lot of the comments assume that and say that. Now, of course, there is
Okay,
no way for
pause.
Maddie to know how much
Again, it kind of lack proof, which is the thing I don't like for these
We will like
statements.
proof
but-
of each of their stories. Yeah.
Yeah, and so again, that's why I don't like this, because it could still technically be just like a lot of false claims lying, and I wouldn't know it. What is true that if this is correct, then obviously the financial not being supported claim is dog shit, but it still could be like he could still technically be well, not a deadbeat dad, but sort of an irresponsible dad by avoiding his non-financial responsibilities as a father, which again is not perfect. We can't expect them to always be together, even etc. etc.
It could be a lot of things in
But
reality.
still,
Okay.
which is why her daughter probably carries this hate for him.
Okay. So there is a point that we brought this up, though. There will be a deeper discussion that comes.
The fact that he spent money on that
But
shit.
right now, right now
Yeah.
we're indulging in the drama of it all.
I was
Or
paying
he's
because
powered by
she was a
Bitcoin.
kid. This wasn't something I talked about. Also, remember that I was living 1 mile down the road from the kids in LaGrange, Illinois.
That means nothing if you're not visiting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all the way.
unfortunately,
No,
especially for child.
I was in proximity. Yes.
The kid
That's it.
doesn't feel that, doesn't know that, doesn't see that, and
Yeah.
they're talking about
Yeah.
5-year-olds too. Like,
I think he goes on to talk about they could have came right down to me and saw me.
you can't. No, that's not their responsibility. That's yours. Sorry.
Easy walk or bike ride. I saw the kids all the time.
Okay.
No abandoned
Okay,
education.
that's-
Wait, did you see it? Saw them
They
all
walked
the
in front of
time?
my house every time they went to school.
Just a divorce. Was I at fault in the divorce? Yeah, I would say I was about 70% at fault.
Whoops.
I own that. Maddie's mom and I were really not compatible in many ways.
Oh, look at him read.
We were
But you had
compatible
4
in some
kids.
ways, but not in other ways.
Well,
Do-
yeah, they had 4 kids that were compatible in
It's
that
pretty
way.
compatible.
that's
Yeah.
I
okay.
regret marrying Maddie's mom? No, absolutely not. If I had not married Maddie's mom, Maddie and her 3 siblings would not have been born. They would not have existed. The kids have turned out great.
Not your strongest defense.
Nah,
The kids have turned out great, except
No.
one of them
From
is
Northwestern University.
one is an influencer and just
a
and
TikTok
bullshit.
influencer or some other social media influencer. I wouldn't call that
Hollywood writer.
That's even
the
worse.
negative.
How
And
old is that
also-
girl? Hollywood writer. I want credentials.
using her trauma. No, using her social media to process her trauma.
I don't like the
This-
fact that this was dragged into like that she used her massive influence to like drag her dad into the public mind, knowing that she has millions of followers that would institute
Yeah,
a digital witch hunt against this person. Like, even if I give her all of the benefit of the doubt, and like you fed vile hatred and I think this person wronged you, even if I give you all of that, I don't think it's morally justified to be like, let's put a spotlight on them and call upon the wrath of the people of the internet. You know, I don't think justified.
What if
Well,
they're both
she might have
just-
not thought that people would find her. She might have not thought they would think.
No,
that
you
they
are
would doubt
fucking
from what
she
he's
showed the
saying.
video.
But
No,
she
she
could
showed
just
the
be a
video.
complete and utter idiot.
Yes, you are
Yeah, she did
assuming
show
that
the
she's a
video.
moron.
She did show
they
the video.
could both
have
be
turned out
theater
great.
kids that just are.
Maddie graduated from Northwestern University.
They're both manipulating us. That's
Yeah,
what Nico said.
it's
that
a
we
big
both
Andy
get
Yeah,
out and getting
I
it.
agree.
Probably.
Look at us.
I could
Help
believe people
Megan.
could believe this is a fake beef of some type just to
Yeah,
get eyes on
that
them.
could be too.
Yeah, but we're going under the assumption it's not. But I don't fault anyone for believing this would be fake.
Preach.
Dude rated her college fund.
2 pennies for that shirt is too much.
Oh, I like the comment
who's
about
all in?
Dilbert better. I wonder if he's a Scott Adams fan. I could see it.
I look at the inside of the shirt as well. That's what's bothering me about it, is that the inside of the shirt is different to the outside.
That's what's bothering
It's
you about
printed.
it.
Yeah.
The only thing, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise the shirt is great.
Not the 5-dimensional eyebrows,
Chess that he's playing.
the fucking semi non-existent mustache wannabe that your brain
Yeah,
kind
it
of
looks
wants
like he
it to be
shaved
there,
off
but your
a
eyes
Hitler's
don't want it to
mustache
be there.
real quick. Like, oh, I can't go on camera with this mustache. Shave it off.
It's hypocritical for us to like trash someone's appearance when we don't have our appearance publicly put on the internet. I want to acknowledge that, and it's just lighthearted fun. You shouldn't take this
I
into
can
as an
say anything
argument or
negative
take it
about his
seriously.
appearance.
I can. I'm on camera.
There you go.
I want to
Take it
acknowledge
away,
still
Charles.
that even if literally everything else is fake, he is phenomenal at breakdancing.
His chair looks comfy.
I know, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
it
chair.
does.
That's a lazy boy. I'm think that reclines. That reclines.
The
and is
board
a
had probably
screenwriter in
helps.
Hollywood. Maddie's older sister Tori is a partner at a hedge fund on Wall Street.
Jeez, don't be talking about the others. Her older
You
sister
are being
Tori.
just as bad now. You are bringing in
She's
others
getting rich.
a little bit. Not
Maddie's
just
younger
bad,
sister
bit bad.
Olivia just graduated from college and is teaching English to
But
first
he's
graders in Thailand.
establishing
Her older brother
how
Peter is getting a
successful
master's
their
degree
children
in
Yeah, I
psychology.
understand.
I get along great with all my kids, including Maddie. At
No,
least
you
I think I
don't.
do.
You thought you did.
So the kids are doing just fine despite
These
Dad's
hard
many
cuts.
shortcomings. One other slight correction, which
No,
I
they are
hesitate
clearly
to
not
even
doing
bring up
just fine.
because I love the way Maddie did this in her video.
Oh, really?
I did not abandon the family for breakdancing. I have a career. I'm in the advertising business, built an ad agency. That's how I was able to afford to pay Maddie's mom $5 million. Maddie's
Wow.
mom and I separated in 2004 and divorced in 2005. I took up breakdancing entirely
That's
by
what's going on. He's
accident
doing
in
an ad read.
2012 as a way to get in shape at the age of 54. I then just kept doing it.
He is doing an ad read.
I fucking
Take my
hate-
classes.
Yeah. I
I'm now
think the
age
really
66.
important part,
Now,
the thing that he hasn't talked about is how often did he see? He definitely financially
said he
supported her.
It's all the time.
Yes.
He
but I'm like-
definitely,
I'm like,
he
saw
definitely
them there.
financially supported them, and he did address that claim. He did address the claim about the insurance and such.
His other
he-
responsibilities are in
laying out
question.
laying out the fact that it was a divorce and the fact that he what do you call it, that he took up breakdancing in order to as a workout
Get fit.
thing later in life, not directly after. They
Yeah, he
broke up.
didn't leave to do
It's
this.
good. But exactly, these things though should have been earlier in his talk if he was really Anyways, and again, just because he this is good that he financially supported them, but doesn't mean that he was around.
Oh
And
man,
he
when I was
keeps
a kid, I
mentioning
used to
that
play
he's
catch with a $2
physically
million.
He was physically in the area, but we don't know that he actually saw them.
And that's not nearly enough for a developing child. No one, like at this point, his financial support isn't in
knowing that
question.
you're-
It's his
yeah.
like, it's don't ever underestimate the effect that an unstable or a missing or a partially like deformed family can have on a
Mhm.
developing mind, especially if it's one parent. No matter how rich they are, they cannot take on all the responsibility for 4 kids. Sure, they can hire helpers and everything, but mentally being there to
In fact,
you are raising another human
you know
being
what?
from ground zero.
4
That's
of them.
In fact-
investment, not financial,
fact-
just mental.
Thank you.
Here is a big portion of the video that could be from his daughter's perspective that he is not mentioning, is that the divorce might not even be what she's talking about. It could be the fact that he was so close, but after that point didn't really see them. That could be what is triggering the abandonment claim, is the fact that he was only a mile down the road, but he never saw them.
He did make an effort.
Yeah,
the
that
s-
could make things worse from a certain perspective.
At the same
You know?
time, there might
money,
have been
though.
limitations on his
We don't
ability
know
to
exactly.
see them
We
as
don't
well.
know.
We just
But I'm
And we
just
don't
saying,
have
though,
proofs for a bunch of the claims,
But,
so it's not good.
the fact that he's saying that he was only a mile down the road, but he's not saying how much he's seeing her.
Mm.
The bottom line. Yeah, let's just go to the bottom line.
Wait, why is there a clip of him dancing?
Because it's important, okay? He wants to show
Yeah,
it.
actually
And
talked
yeah,
about it.
Breakdance.
He
We
might
should watch
also
that
want to
part
be
too. We
keeping
gotta watch-
this
yeah.
objective.
They are
He
both
might also want to keep
despicable.
him. Yeah, he might want to keep this just objective and not putting his emotion. Like, I really thought we were connecting when I was living there, but I find out. Who knows?
No,
There's really
he
so much
said that he did
speculation
say
you can do.
Atrocious optics.
Yeah.
And
Okay, well,
wouldn't
I would
you
have done
be
this
showing
video
that footage
completely
everywhere?
different.
Yeah,
if you
I
did
will
that?
agree. The optics of how he's saying this is incorrect, but
Yeah,
he's
if
saying
this
he's
were
in marketing. That seems a little weird.
if
but-
this were a I have talent video, that's one thing. But if his daughter is questioning his ability to be a parent and he shows clips of him doing dancing, not
It's
the
kind of
greatest.
like him making
there is
fun
such
of
an
his
ego
daughter.
here. There is.
Yeah.
It doesn't. There's such an ego here, and yeah. But
Yeah,
well,
but they're
we could
a
go to
family
her
full of
response.
theater kids. That much is clear.
Okay, so let's go to the bottom line because he obviously
No,
said
you're
the thing-
skipping
this
the
is
good
called-
part.
Can he still? Okay, we'll
Is there
watch
a
it.
good
We'll
part?
watch it.
As a
You
child,
might be
of
wondering
course,
for the
I'm
context.
Can
offended.
he
His
still
book is still in the chat. This is something we could have on
Does
Circle
she
of
bring
Jokes.
up that
breakdance
point
at
even?
age 66? Well,
maybe
I don't
he's
know.
addressing the
Let's
comments
see.
still.
I'll give it a try.
Okay, Maddie, let's see how the old man does.
Oh,
God.
I think it's called her.
Multiple Bitcoin, true.
Not bad, not bad.
oh, he's all is forgiven.
Yep. He can
Okay,
do
so
no
he
wrong.
might not have
He
been
can
there
still
for his
break dance.
kids, but have you seen him dance?
You know what, Dad? I don't need a
Brought to
hug.
you
Just show me that
by
again.
Yeah,
He
the
did-
optics of that is
he did-
horrible, but
Thank you.
if he's still responding to the comments, like he pointed out that she didn't say it in the video, but people in his comments section was sort of implying was saying him a deadbeat dad. Maybe this is related to the comments section and he feels a little bit offended by it, and this is sort of a really bad optical reaction to it. That's good faith in it. To the
It's charity.
No,
To a
to,
good
to me that
degree,
looks
okay.
like he's trying to be sort of quirky and fun with his daughter and totally missing the mark.
He's
Yeah,
trying
like
to
an
get that
actually-
positive
that could
conversation
also be a good interpretation of that. Yeah, optically.
Oh, there is a video we will go over. I think we should go over, considering how much you guys love this drama. There is another thing that I will bring to the show. I don't know when it will be, but it's basically, yes, people using social media to communicate with their family members. And
Why would you
it
do
doesn't
that?
go well. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
I
so
sent
let's see
you
I mean, why
something
publicly?
if you want to
Yeah.
check that out.
Mine is this. At first, I really did not like Maddie's video at all. But I was biased by all the negative comments that I was greeted with at 6 a.m. in the morning in my social media
I hate
feed.
when people say 6 a.m. in the morning. 6 a.m. is in the morning. That's it.
No,
Okay.
in marketing, they have to say 6 a.m. in the morning. It's a marketing trick.
I'm in marketing. We don't do it.
No, she yeah.
Or maybe in America they do that.
Chinese Standard Time, they have morning at different times of day, depending on where you are in the country.
What do
So-
you say?
Counterpoint, there is a massive fucking American flag
No,
in the
it's
background.
6 a.m. in the morning, MOURN, because they're morning
Sad.
relationship
Yeah.
of a
Yes.
parent.
Well, also
Yes.
think of how old he is. It's the moaning for probably for him.
Oh, good morning. Catrew, I'm not watching what you sent me.
Why not?
But the more I
Because you said there is psychic damage. I'm not going to go into that. I'm already getting psychic damage from this.
watch the video, the more I like it. And her video certainly is true from her perspective, even though a few details are off.
Like this
can
is how
respect good
you address
marketing.
it.
Yeah, he's trying
No
to
doubt because
respect
of what
her
she heard from her mom.
perspective.
And I do think it's a great storyline that a 54-year-old dude left his family to pursue breakdancing, even if not quite true, factually. But perhaps it speaks to a bigger truth, a truth that is really truer than the actual facts of the matter. This could be a very funny movie plot. So maybe Maddie will make this movie about her 66-year-old breakdancing dad.
No, I actually don't think this is a psyop like
Disney.
between them. I think they actually do have proper beef.
This is
It
fucking-
sounds like
Yeah.
it. Both of them try to
Maybe
like.
you guys-
find
It does
it,
sound
but both
like
of
it,
them
okay.
clearly have.
I think
have
they both don't
problems.
like each other. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
This seems real.
I hope the rest of
don't
the
feel like
family
they're-
is like, keep me out of this, okay?
No.
Also, as I scroll through the 12,000 comments on Maddie's video, I really like most of them. Some are hilarious. Here are a few I'll read at random. This one is
This is about him. This is about him. How they
By
react.
This is
random
him
he means
showing he's
I
not
curated.
bothered
My
by
mom-
them.
Hey, what's happening?
I said, I think
By-
this is to display he's not that bothered by the comments.
But he
now.
is. He's
I'm
so
totally
bothered.
not bothered by it.
Okay.
I'm so
I'm
totally
so not bothered.
bothered
And I'm
by
gonna
it.
take.
What is
them
he trying to say
singularly
with
and
this
go through them.
section? It's that these I was bothered by them, but there's some interesting ones in the comment section now.
Let's see.
abandoned me as a kid to join a Renaissance fair across the country. This is from Maria. I didn't know my dad was bald until my mom knocked his toupee off in a fight when I was 10. My mom didn't know he was bald then until that moment.
This
You
also
know what? I
might be
like that.
insulting her audience also, now that I think about it.
Yeah. Well, I thought I liked the choice of comments. I thought he subverted my expectations because I thought he was gonna just respond to comments, but he's just picking
Responded to
up.
hate comments. That's a trip.
They're really funny
No,
comments.
they're just comments at random, totally random.
Yeah, I think that's
Yes, but the
it's an
intent
interesting-
is again,
Huh.
this is again kind of like a tragically funny
wish you would
situation.
actually
The
show
comments
them
make
on
it much
screen,
more
though.
funny, but the intent
Yeah.
still I don't like behind the whole thing.
I thought the thing that I'm laughing is that I really thought he was going to start saying like responding to criticisms.
No, the
of
comments
him.
aren't actually comments. They are
Sorry.
jokes that people thought were relevant. That's what they are.
That's the internet, and I'm here for it.
This is from Diane. In foster care mandated therapy, the therapist told me I had abandonment issues and then stopped showing up to the session.
Boom.
It's horrible.
Oh yeah, no,
never saw her
that's a
again.
burn. Yeah,
This
I
one's
get
from
it.
Bravo. My mom
Oh.
died the week of Mother's Day,
Oh,
and my
no.
father died on Father's Day weekend. It's honestly so typical of both of them.
God, yeah, I forgot that was a thing in the video. Oh God, I didn't remember that.
Jeez, it's
Yeah,
so
good
typical.
stuff.
You know what? Well
Even
done
if
to
it
these
comes
people
off.
for being able to laugh at this. That was the whole topic of her thing. Is like
I'm hoping these are
legitimately
real comments from
But
her.
it wasn't real
TikTok.
laughter. That's my issue. It's you know.
For her, it definitely wasn't. And yeah, I guess, and these things were real, and probably are still real trauma for people. But I like the idea of just trying to laugh about it.
People of the
that's
internet
why I'm
are
laughing.
funny and can be very funny. Yes, that's the good part. That's what you should
Yeah.
take away.
Do you guys remember the
People do
website
forgive
FML?
funny people.
Do you remember FML?
False.
There's an actual whole ass website, fuck my life, where people just go and say shit that happened to them. And for a while, it was just, you could just go on there and you would just go and see it would be the worst. It's just the worst stories ever. And you would be like, you could vote up whether yes, your life is fucked, or no, it isn't. You're just being a baby or whatever, something like that. Like that was a thing for quite a while. So, internet.
Clover. My dad tried to kidnap me and ran out of gas while following us. This one from
Listen, at least he tried to spend time with you.
Chriselle. I had to be my mom's boss at Dairy Queen when I was 17
Oh
and
my
had to
God.
fire her for smoking while working the drive-thru. Becca says, when my grandma passed away, my grandpa moved into a senior's home, met another woman, and brought her as a date to the funeral.
I remember this. Yeah, this comment stuck with me.
Here's someone who says, a video of my dad was featured in an episode of World's Dumbest Criminals. I love you, Maddie. You are very creative and talented. Keep doing exactly what you're doing.
One more time. Let's warm up.
Oh God, it's all about in another Bitcoin shirt. Which one's better, guys? This one or the one before?
This one has more style, but maybe
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely this
Yeah,
one.
and it looks like it's at least it's different underneath.
The inside, the most
no,
important
the
thing to
inside's
pity.
still
Yes.
white.
Same printer.
Inside's still white. I'm still upset.
Kenneth goes deep under the shirt.
Mhm. Enhance.
What is the daughter's
Okay,
name?
so
Enhance.
Maddie.
Maddie Hart.
So, yeah, Maddie Hart. So I don't know.
This video is a follow-up to my Sunday video on my daughter's viral
Hey.
video trashing me, her dad.
Are we done? I mean, look, we have 10 minutes left of this topic. Do you want to go for it?
Yeah.
It's
I would
half an
say
hour.
her video probably. It doesn't seem fair in her video response.
What's her video response?
But that is yet
Oh, well,
another
actually, maybe
Bitcoin
not.
shirt.
It's probably on TikTok. So
This time it looks like it's not just printed on the outside. I think it is white, or excuse
All
me,
the way
not
through.
white on the inside. Yeah,
No, it's the same shirt. He just.
that's the previous video. If you go just a little bit
Oh.
ahead, you'll see that he actually has a black
Oh,
one that seems to be black inside.
yes, very improvements.
The most
I have a great
important
relationship with
thing.
all my kids. That's just objectively not true. Like,
Why do you feel so comfortable coming online and trashing your family? Well, if your family's trash, especially lying about it, Ben seems like a cool guy. Do you just want to be included in a group of people with actual deadbeat dads?
guys, we're all freaking out about this in my family group chat right now. We're being like, he's so unhinged and delusional. We don't know if he actually believes his own narrative or if he's lying on purpose, but he's just like a weird guy. Yeah, he said he lived down the street from us. That's not true. Or like if he did, it was only for a few months maybe. But actually for most of my childhood, he lived in Florida with his new wife. Like basically,
Jeez!
I don't want to get into this. Like again, like my video was basically like,
I don't want to get into this. Honey,
yeah,
sweetie baby.
You're
child,
getting into it
you
right
want
now.
to-
You kind of
Okay.
made
be
it.
like, maybe a few months. I don't really remember. I don't want to talk.
No proof again for all of these claims, by the way.
Yeah,
So
no, but listen,
know
she
either
started it.
yeah,
Yeah.
You
we
fuck
have
around and
we are
you
talking
find
about
out.
literally nothing, but that's what we do. So
Yeah.
hey,
And you don't have to make this response. If you don't
No,
want to
you
get
don't.
into
You
You
can
it,
put the comment
she's
on
feeling
screen,
pressure,
but not
that's
the
what
she's
examples
Guys,
of the
I don't want
group
to get
chat.
into it.
Okay,
Oh,
Dad,
yeah.
I'll give a
I'll be
pass
right
for
back.
not
I'm
putting
gonna
shit
get
on the
cinnamon roll.
screen. Oh, figures. But yeah,
Wow, just
she's
wow.
willing to put the comment, but not the people freaking out in her group chat, family group
Mhm.
chat.
Yeah, why did you
She
guys go
has
and
more
speak
experience than the dad. I gave the dad
Mhm.
shit for not being able to put together a decent video, but
there?
he has less of an excuse. Well, she is on
Well-
TikTok, so maybe that's the excuse.
Yeah,
Plus,
like,
why did the
she's only-
father need to have a script? Why couldn't he speak from the heart? Why did he have
He
to
has no
read
heart.
every single thing?
And there's still a lot of edits in there too, even with
Yeah,
the script.
a bunch of jump cuts in there. Like you can't
He's
defend yourself.
he's old and in marketing. You know, old dogs learn hard, and there's no evidence of him doing much.
He could have
besides-
got his intern to help him. Okay.
Oh yeah, or chat.
Marketing agencies have that sort of stuff
He could have
around.
used AI to help him write the script that he
Exactly.
did.
Sora,
Also,
help me around. Help me
you
make
know,
a video.
AI by Bitcoin.
Okay, we have 5 more minutes with Hydra. Hydra, do you want us to finish
Hail
this,
Hydra.
or what would you like us to do?
No, just as a closing thought, before I bounce, definitely there is, I don't know if it's on just my end, by the way, there is a little bit, I don't know if the thingy can handle this many people in it at once, because I sometimes people desynced for me, but maybe it's a problem on my end, and I will take a look at my PC
No, it seems like it happened to me as well.
afterwards. So it may be software, or maybe on the other side. I don't know, but I will take a look at it again. Closing thoughts. Clearly, this family is not okay. Clearly, these people are not okay. Clearly, they don't like each other. I don't like that their little personal family fight was put on the internet for everyone to see and enjoy, and now they're going back and forth and trying to convince people with these arguments. Look at these facts. No. These other opinions. These here. No, those here. And again, if I'm trying to be charitable to the daughter, I would say no amount of money or distant help substantiates for a parent not being there, especially at such a young age. You are dooming your children to... It just shows that single parents have a much harder time, and statistically and scientifically has been proven that also children raised by single parents have much worse aspects and outlooks in life. And if I'm trying to be charitable to the dad, I would probably say that some of the expectations from him and what he could do aside from financial help might not be entirely fair. But again, this is all covered in a massive cloud, kicked up partially by these people catfighting on the internet and not being willing or able to take it seriously, or not wanting to take it seriously, not providing evidence for their claims. I don't like generally the conduct of any of the people involved in this, and I truly don't know what actually happened. Some of it is funny, some of it is rather tragic. I don't particularly like how it's been handled by any of the parties involved. I just don't like how we actually have people who pay a lot of child support, still think that money substantiates for in-person interaction, or still get shit for paying a lot, or people who actually just fuck off and get away with it and don't do anything for their children. And all of this is in this one chaotic bubble, and nobody really seems to be able to do much about it, and I don't like that. I don't like it one bit. But anyway, that's all for my chaotic closing thoughts. Thank you guys for having me here.
So you
Alex,
don't have a solution for how we fix child support and what should happen?
No,
You
right
don't
now,
have-
off the top of my head, I can't revolutionize our society. My apologies.
Get out of here.
All right.
Thanks,
See you guys
Hydra.
next time. See you soon.
See you, Hydra.
Awesome talking to you, sir.
Do you guys want to finish this up?
I don't know. It's probably going on for quite a while, and then he has to respond to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, yeah. Basically, the reason that Hydra did want initially when he gave me that topic was, yeah, it's about how we do child support, and my question there is, you know what? How much better off would she be with this guy in her life? I don't know how much of a good dad he'd be. That's not me saying it would have been better. Yes, I suppose it just would be better to have two parents in a home. But then again,
Oh, for sure.
if one of them is just all about himself, he's just this crazy narcissist guy. I don't know how it would have. Yeah, some people just shouldn't.
Yeah,
have
we
children.
shouldn't assume he's a narcissist, but he's definitely very calculated, okay, in the very least.
Yeah. He's
a marketer, okay? You know, you can't trust people marketing.
Hi, Cole.
He's definitely a marketer. Is
Hi,
this
Zach.
all just marketing? Like the back and forth, it just
Yeah.
prolongs this?
I mean,
Or-
you could
I
say
don't know,
the
are we
same thing
watching?
about being a TikTok influencer, though. It's all marketing. There
Yeah.
are incentives to being traumatized as a child nowadays, especially as a Hollywood writer.
Yeah,
She's
dancing.
not a Hollywood writer.
Breakdancing
She may be in
kid
LA.
knows
She has no
the
Hollywood
best.
credit.
Has the least amount of YouTube credit.
Did I cut you off, Grey? I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
I don't know. I don't think so. You're good. The only other thing that I wonder is like what constitutes deadbeat, because like this dude appeared to be paying money, but he's clearly not there for her. She felt like, you know, he did nothing. Perhaps the mother didn't make her aware of the money. Like, I don't know, as a parent.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what
should,
I got
but,
from the story.
Yeah, and there
Yeah.
could be legal issues that sort of desensitized him from contacting the children. And maybe after those ran out, you could make an argument he could go back to them. But after so much time, your children change. I mean, we can speculate all day about all the ins and outs. Definitely the sort of divorce system and custody stuff is a problem. I don't think we really should get into it, but yeah.
Again, that's why I make the joke of solve it. It's like we're trying our best. I think people are trying that, but the point is,
this is definitely
people are trying their best.
Probably a result of that. Do we know the details? No.
The fact that it carried on past the original videos from each side and they kept going and reacting says more than enough for me. The
About
fact that,
each of it.
right, if they really had some sort of relationship, they would have handled it personally. The fact that they're doing it through the internet is quite disgusting.
And that's happening a lot. That is happening a lot. And
yeah, I'm afraid it's indicative of the new culture we're in.
Unfortunately. Oh, look at him. Listen to him eating. No wonder I'm so migraine-y. I'm going to turn the lights off, guys.
Okay. So, unfortunately, what do you call it? I've seen people I know have each other's personal contact information, have fights in public, like on the internet. And it's like, what are you doing? Like things escalate online, reacting to one another in public, like, you know, in a public space, like on Twitter or on YouTube and stuff. And I'm like, you could be just talking to each other. Why are you doing it this way? What's going on? Why?
Capital clout. Okay, there's some sort of thing in the Minecraft community people are talking about. I'm not going to actually get into it. People are covering it right now. Okay.
Minecraft.
People are bad
parenthood.
Communicators.
The fact that they're just opening so much about parenthood and responsibility, a lot of people are forgetting that parenthood is responsibility. That guy really, I mean, listen, he's talented as far as breakdancing is concerned, but as far as like when he's watching the like when she has the TikTok where like his video is playing above her head, the fucking doofy look he has on his face.
Yeah,
like,
he's
it's
proud
just,
of himself.
Yeah. It's just rotten. Everything about it's just rotten.
On both
I think
sides,
in these
though.
situations,
Okay,
I said everything.
But
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I tend to go, hey, you're a parent. Being a parent should bring the best out of you.
Fucking A.
So I do tend to blame parents because I'm like, listen, I know it's tough. That's why I don't want to be one.
Exactly.
That's literally why I chose not to be one.
The dad was kind of put in a hard spot there, just with she fully, like, if she had just said, I got the story where my dad abandoned our family to do breakdancing, that's one thing. But saying, here he is, this is him, he was the oldest person ever. What that does is it raises a bunch of questions about this guy for his future, his life, his career, everything. And so it's tricky because it's like, does he address those things, or does he just kind of not talk about it and hope it doesn't destroy his career and have the comments going crazy on his videos? And I don't think even if answering is the correct thing, he answered in the correct way at all. But it is a really awkward position he was put in.
But
Yeah,
if he knows of her, sorry, if he knows of her as a Hollywood writer, how does he not perhaps think that she's doing some sort of angle?
Well,
Like, a lot of
maybe the
people do-
optics of just joking about it maybe is sort of how he's phrasing it in his video, but he doesn't want to outright say that's what she's
Yeah,
doing.
but that's
so
when
he's
you call
joking
her
about it in his
personally.
video.
Hey, listen, are you doing an Andy Kaufman thing? I can't tell you how many times I've talked about my ex-girlfriend, where it's been like actually an amalgamation of a bunch of people. You know, when you're in front of a camera, and he knows her as a Hollywood writer, you tend to embellish things. So you would think if he knew of her as, you know, somebody who's writing fiction, he would probably, and again, if they had such a great relationship, he would get in touch with her and be like, hey, that kind of hit. Is that a thing? What was that?
The way it calls it a great relationship. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
maybe
a good point. He
he
should have, if he did anything, he should have gotten her to clarify it.
Again, we're assuming too much. Maybe he did, and maybe she blocked him or didn't communicate, and he fumed, thought about it, and then did this sort of crafted response. There's just so much to not, so many
And
ways.
also
you can
these
speculate on it.
people. Okay, wait. The people that watched this, right? They went and found him, and
Yeah.
were like, "You're a deadbeat." Like, really?
Yeah. That
Oh.
that culture sucks.
Yeah,
he had
I
receipts.
don't really want to get into it.
What receipts did he provide?
So I was trying to say a good point to the one before that. Fuffle did have a great point. That whole video started out with her saying, like, what's trauma that is funny? And he never at all addressed, like, the trauma part of it. It was just like, hey, I was an amateur. I was actually really good. And I paid money to her mother. So...
And it's like Hydra said, and I kind of made a joke about it. Money doesn't raise children. I mean, it puts them in a situation to be, you know, a bit more comfortable.
Kind of help.
I would
absolutely,
really
absolutely. But
Well, you're assuming the mother even let. We're just making a lot of assumptions here, and it's fair enough how he responded and not bringing up all this and not responding seriously, like bringing up the fact of the situation between the mother. He hinted at it by saying it's more of his fault with the sort of blame. So we go off on a tangent that maybe he felt guilty about it, but again, this is just all theory work and speculation. I mean, which is fine for the thinkers, I guess, but or
the fuck is that? Most backhanded compliment I've ever heard.
Yeah. What?
Was there a compliment in
okay,
there?
I have quite
yeah,
a way of
okay, right,
words of
touche.
destroying my own argument. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Where is it not okay?
I mean, it's fine if you're going to be
On Vincent's
clear.
authoritarian channel, it is never allowed.
No, I actually get more wild than the thinkers typically, I think, but
Okay, so that's that. Our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. If my mouse
So I
will
couldn't find a
cooperate.
cinnamon roll. I had cinnamon toast crunch instead.
That
That's
is
better.
not
I can still have
okay.
cinnamon toast. Okay,
It
so,
is. It's no cinnamon roll.
No,
so
it's
here's
not.
the thing. Apparently, so was it Hassan? I don't have any clips lined up.
Oh no,
Hello,
I'll
Barry.
get you one. I'll get you one.
Yeah, thank you. Because apparently Hassan has said, "Oh no, streamer life, very hard life." And
or
obviously he's-
Hassan.
yeah, like guys, I think we should all just have a moment of silence for him. I have a 19-year-old son, and the last thing I would do is make a response video. Although this dad is entertaining, he's entertaining in this weird, quirky, embarrassing, cringe way.
Cringe.
Okay.
Play.
Okay, moment of silence over. Let's rip into Hassan. His woe is me.
Oh, this is
stuff.
a 2 for
He
1.
brings up, fair enough, he does bring up some points, but seriously, this is worse than the Pokemon cookie thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey, I'm not a
also,
full-time
Osmond
streamer.
Gold
Listen,
sort of
guys.
kept this
This has
ball
the clip.
rolling.
This has the clip, and it has excuse me reacting.
Oh, I didn't see this
Hey,
one.
listen, guys.
Yes.
The
a
thing
real-
is,
real job can be gruesome. A real
Wait,
job
pause,
can make
pause.
you very tired, but a real job.
okay, listen. I think that we need to make every thinker here a full-time streamer. So just donate to everybody. Everybody needs to be a full-time streamer for
I don't know if I
at
can handle
least
the
2
stress.
months. No.
It is pretty tough.
You can do it. Okay, that's what's going to happen, so that we can really test this theory. We don't know. We're really judging Hassan without
We are-
knowing how
True.
really
We are
bad it
scientists
is.
here. We should test
So-
this
Yeah,
out. You're right.
but there's plenty of
Yeah.
other streamers who have commented on it who aren't brain dead. Okay.
No. We can't comment on it unless we do it. Okay, so like and subscribe, share with everybody.
Oh yeah,
everybody is-
absolutely. Sorry.
yeah, because we need to do for science. Okay, continue.
Earth is flat.
Okay.
Well, let me go back here.
Look at it, and he's not even sitting
Come on.
up straight. He's like just down here. It's like, yeah, streaming is a
Right.
hard job. God.
Come on.
Yes,
I
a
dislike
real
the
job
man.
can be gruesome.
Right?
Gruesome.
A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean?
Oh, try a sales
Yeah,
job.
not at all. Not at all.
And
It's
never-
just so rewarding.
Yo. How about I match his salary for a month and he gets a sales job? Ooh.
In the same way
Oh,
that
nah,
9
hold
hours
on.
of streaming absolutely will.
When XQC is making more sense
So-
than you. What?
Yes,
At least he's
a
admitting
real
he doesn't
job
have a
can be
soul.
gruesome.
At
A
least
real
the sound
job
isn't
can make
French.
you very tired, but a real job doesn't
Canadian.
suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean?
Sorry, my
Depends
Canadian
what
came
way
out
that
there.
9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
I mean, the point of defense is like maybe there's like a few jobs. Maybe you're playing in the grand scheme of things. I would much rather fucking
The
sit
way
here
this
like
man
a
speaks.
dumbass than fucking go out there and fucking deal with dumbass fucking.
Yeah, put on the
customers
captions
or
for
fuck
him. I don't know if
assholes
they
and
can
fucks
handle
and
him
shit.
though.
And you
It's
just want
weird.
to
The way
fucking
he
say,
talks is the
how
way
about
like I
fuck
hear
you?
my voice in my head.
I'm so
Are you
sorry.
jerky in your head as well? Do you also just? That's what I
You think in XQC. Wow.
There's a problem. My brain to my tongue, they don't cooperate, and that's what I hear.
Also, everyone's leaving out really important context. Hassan had a sales job he's talking about. A sales job
Okay.
in marketing for the Young Turks, his uncle. Okay.
Marketing.
It's really important to know that he hasn't just streamed his whole career. He did sales for his uncle. So
Okay.
that comparison's so great.
Yeah. So
I don't
did
know.
he-
I don't know.
But just so,
I don't know how much
just so
pressure there
people
was
don't
there.
say we're taking him out of context here. Okay.
Well, I guess, but I mean, he did. How long did he do that for? Like a couple of months? Maybe?
I don't even know. I only know that because I watched Chud's coverage of it.
Mhm.
Sorry, I just noticed that. Oopsie, sorry. Let me bring this back up.
Trying to get into character for
There
the
you go.
ensuing mass amount of donations.
Okay, there we go. We're back. Okay, I'm clicking on this as if I can make it press play. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that it? I suppose that's it. But at least I'm very proud of XQC, guys. I really am.
Yeah, also remember he built his streaming career all on his own. He didn't get the help of anyone like Destiny or anyone else to sort of prop him up at all, and didn't run like a bitch when stuff came up and just abandon everyone for bigger fish in the pond. Okay. Definitely not.
I'm on there. My internet's being weird. Oh wait, here we go.
Fuck assholes and bosses and shit, and you just want to fuck and say, "How about fuck you and go die, man?" But you can't say that.
Jesus. Okay,
Wow,
that's a
I'm
bit
glad
harsh.
we finished that.
Fuck
That was a
asshole.
great
Now?
argument. Thank you, XQC. That was.
Is
that
this
was
on
very
Rumble?
astute. Who? Us now? No, we're not on Rumble. now.
XQC?
Oh, XQC is
jaw?
on Rumble. I don't. Hi, Vika. Oh, how cute are those emotes? So cute. Right. I need to. Okay. Well, listen. Is that it? What else? People were just talking about how streaming is. So he said
People
his whole
started
argument.
flaming him. A few people came to his defense. It's kind of become a big thing on every side.
Yeah, Asmongold.
The
What
the
did Asmongold
most
say?
Defender. Sorry.
The most amount of charity that I'm willing to give to this kind of take is that as someone who is introverted and with ADHD, I can imagine that it can be difficult to sit at a computer for hours and hours a day, every day.
Always be on. Yeah.
And to always be on and to be chasing the algorithm. I'm sure that does in some ways take a toll. So that's where my empathy can lie with people on this
Now,
matter.
if
But
Hassan
to
does that or
compare-
not, different
but-
matter altogether.
True. He is a uniquely shitty, terrible, lazy streamer who steals content. But to compare
It's hard to watch
it
MasterChef.
to use the word soulless and to compare it to other
Soul-sucking.
jobs like data entry or being in a factory, just
Dude,
moving
customer
boxes from one
service.
place to customer
If you were to
service.
talk about
I
being
think
on
is
and like
way-
dealing with complaints or like bad comments, like that's literally that job. It just sucks. Like that is soul crushing. I can understand in a way what he's talking about, but to like somehow say it's unique. I don't know.
I think Son actually
Correct.
might be right
And
here
he
with
is- he is well
because
compensated for
he's
his
doing
work.
these chair streams, right? He gets made a lot of fun for it. But what you're doing actually is you are lying to yourself. You're going against what you believe is right, and that is going to destroy you. Like you're actually actively, like when you're chasing algorithms and doing this sort of thing, you're actually not living. You're not only not living the life you want to be living, like because he seems very burnt out, but you're also actively doing what you think is wrong, and that is going to destroy you.
Well, yeah, he's been doing this for what, half a decade now?
At least.
I think
Yeah,
it's
so-
closer to like even a decade at this point if you
Okay.
count like the Young Turks work. But yeah, like half a decade he's been pretty big.
So he could have started this as something that he enjoyed doing, and he's got that contract where he's got to be, I don't know, what, 5 days a week at least for 8 hours or something like that. At least 40
I think
hours
it's
a week or
something like that.
something like
Yeah.
that. So
And I think that's only one of them. I think they've got multiple contracts usually.
yeah, I would imagine that he doesn't enjoy what he does anymore, but to compare it to regular work is insane.
It's insane. Like
Well,
I worked at a GameStop at one point, like a few days before Christmas Eve. A fellow employee pretty much called out. So I was in a store with people getting video games for practically 6 to 8 hours. It was just insane. That really sucked the soul out of me. I was just like, why am I here?
I think
get after that.
selling out on your values is like that can't be overstated. That
Right.
is
You assume Hassan has values.
But to compare it to stuff
Yeah, and
that-
can he not renegotiate any sort of contract he might be in? He should be his own boss in reality, and he should have enough power to actually renegotiate certain things. I can
think-
imagine
I'm
him
looking at, like,
easily pulling that off.
I'm looking at people like Matt Pat retired and a bunch of other YouTubers have retired because they were constantly chasing the algorithm instead of making the videos they want to make. And I think
Right.
there is you get caught up in this mindset of like
Yeah, but when Hassan makes content he wants to make, he tends to get criticized for. Well, I'm not even going to say. It's more about catering to his own side. And if you take a look back at the Hogwarts Legacy sort of debacle with everyone boycotting, Hassan definitely did be like, I'm not going to play that game. I don't want to get bullied. So there's a certain amount of pressure I'm sure he does feel, even from his own audience. But frankly, I don't care.
It's almost just as if no matter what you're doing, life comes at you hard. But some of us would still rather be in certain positions and upset than others. We want to cry in our Lamborghini. That's what we want to do.
Would
We
you,
don't
Kitty,
just
if
like-
I offered you
yeah.
a job right, Kitty, if I offered you a job right now, let's say $1 million a year to kill people, would you take that job?
No, because that's killing people.
Let's
Do I
talk
get to
after.
choose how do I kill?
Which people? Okay.
Because I think
Wait.
like you can say, oh, it's great
No,
to
wait,
be in this
wait.
position because it has all these benefits and it's easy for me, but it doesn't.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean it is for everyone, and that doesn't mean like there's someone that would jump on, like Grey would jump on
Is
that
this
offer, right?
I mean, are we talking?
Okay,
Maybe
that-
I'm going to talk you to your
That's
sense.
fair
Who
to
knows
say
what was
for
gonna happen
people
next?
without any options. Do you think Hassan doesn't have a multitude of different options of what he could do, where he could go? Maybe he has.
No, I think he
burned all
really
the
needs to change
bridges.
and actually do something authentic that he believes in instead of just staying safe and chasing this
Yeah,
whatever he's doing. I think he's doing the wrong
it's
thing.
not really an algorithm. It's more what his side is sort of what sells to his side.
So
is how I would put it.
Were there streamers that were saying? I saw it somewhere. I don't know. That might have been in the barrage of things that was shared on the Discord. It's not soul sucking if you're being yourself or something like that. Some streamer, someone said that.
Yeah, that
I'm sure
sounds,
it's less.
Sounds good.
but-
Anyways, whoever did. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it? Great.
I'm sure it would be less soul sucking. You
Mhm.
know, like I think that's kind of the part. Like I think that's the main part of customer service. Like you are pretending to be something, like you're not answering them correctly or whatever. I think that's the soul sucking part of retail. You know, like you're not showing them your true feelings on this situation. Instead, it's like, let me get through this. Like, okay, I think if you're treating streaming that way, that would get soul sucking. That would suck.
I think I think even if you are just being a certain part of yourself for stream consistently, that does get difficult. I'm sure it is. You do need to do that, but so many people would rather have that problem than the problems they have.
Put it a different way. I don't think streaming all day is a very hard job, but I do think lying to yourself all day is. And you know, they should stop.
Fair enough. Maybe
What-
that is.
what else would I
maybe
do?
he is sort of transferring some sort of anxiety he has from some other little thing. Hint, hint, hint.
What are we hinting at?
No.
Oh, that
know.
he's a grifter. Oh shit! I wasn't supposed to say that out loud.
Yeah, no, okay. So I think
Your
that
internet sucks.
what's said so far has been really on point. I think that what's clear is that he has immense job dissatisfaction somehow, some way.
Mm.
I'm not sure exactly
Yeah.
where it's coming from, but he.
Oh, it could be general
that-
life
that's why it's
dissatisfaction.
That's the
He has
common,
everything and nothing.
Yeah, that's the common thing that I hear from people who talk about things their job being soul sucking, is job dissatisfaction. So he's
Yeah.
not happy,
Not
and that's
doing-
the
not
important.
doing
That's the
anything.
important part.
For a certain amount of time, starts getting sick of it. Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people as well. The question also is, the world often goes, "Oh, honey, not everybody gets to like what they do for a living. It's a privilege to like what you do for a living." Which
can
we
at
had
least
a
like why you
conversation
do it.
on
Don't
it.
have choices. Again, Hassan,
Mhm.
I don't think he's limited in
And I
his
think that's
choices.
what really bothers people is the fact that he has all the choice in the world and he's not taking advantage of it.
Well, probably
Yeah, he
not
could
all
do
the
something
choice.
more.
I doubt he
If
could
he
shift
was
to
so
Fox
just-
News, but maybe actually that might be a good.
They always like to have
Okay,
their
never
sort
mind.
of left-wing host
Could
on. Yeah.
he do more, or is he right now like already batting above his potential?
He could be a contributor for like MSNBC or
Yeah, he
something like
might get paid less, but everyone in life has those challenges. Would you rather do a job you enjoy more? Not that would be satisfying.
Or maybe he wants to work at a
you
gym
would
or
still be
something.
getting paid a significant amount.
If
Still
let's
probably
just say,
would.
for the sake of argument, say that MSNBC offered him an hour after Rachel Maddow or some shit. He's working far less a day, and yeah, sure, he's probably making less, but at least he has more. If he's that fucked for time and in a rut, you know, you get to talk about the things you want to talk about. You do it for far less, and it's a bit more focused, but you have more time. I would hope he's been saving some of that money.
That's always
I
what
don't
I
know
think
if he would
about.
get to
with-
talk
he's
about
like
what he
crazy-
wanted to talk
he's
about. He's
crazy
done
rich,
some weird
so.
stuff, like the interview with the One Piece pirate is how he marketed it. Not going to go into that, but
Right.
still.
But that's when he's
I don't think
gotta
that
cover 40 hours a week. If he's working
Okay.
at like 1 hour, you know, a total of let's say 6 hours a week, he's drastically reducing his work.
I agree with that. I'm saying he would be at MS. He would probably have oversight. Okay. But you have to take that hit. If you want to go down and not be your own boss, you have to get another boss.
Right.
And he could make
part
that
of the
choice.
problem is his audience is there. It's not, you know, he's popular, and until people call him on his shit, he's gonna think he's fine. So
Yeah, maybe
until
he's
someone-
also insecure that if he switches to like a more typical job, he will lose relevance
Yeah.
and dwindle. I mean, it's a possibility. A lot of these internet
I doubt he's thinking
personalities.
that far ahead.
Well, can you imagine? Like, I
Doubt
mean,
it.
we always speak about, you know, the effects of fame on people. I could listen. I don't like the guy, but it must be humans are not usually built to be seen by so many. we're not usually in relationships with this many people. That's not a normal thing. He's got this audience in his mind all the time, and
Parasocial relationship. It's a
Yeah.
two-way streak.
So look, I'm not going to say, oh yeah, it's just easier. All I would say is that I would prefer his problems. Thank you. That's what I would prefer.
I'm sure it's a trade-off, though. Like that dude has to get so much hate if he's looking for it. Like
You have
I
to
don't
be
know.
able to take that. Yeah. Hello. Everybody can. When you're a public figure, you are open to ridicule, and then you're his son, which is like easy shit. You know, there's people like me that are just sitting here and will always talk shit about you, and that can get to a person. I mean, you have to have some kind of mechanism that just makes you go, yeah, okay, I need to accept that there are just people out there that they don't know me, they don't know the real me, nobody knows the real me. What happens? That's what happens with fame as well. It seems like people they get they don't trust people because they don't know if it's because, oh, is this my real friend, or is it because I'm this and this actor or something like that. Like they go through things. But all I would say is, yeah, I would like to have those problems instead. Those are problems a lot of people would rather have. But maybe I would change my mind if I had those problems.
Yeah,
I'd
remember
say,
the
you know,
wise
I'd
words of
rather
the
go back to
pussycat dolls.
Uh-huh.
Be careful what you wish for, it just might happen.
Yeah, exactly. So people online.
Well, I mean, it kind of happened to you, right? You got over 1,000. You got over 1,000 subscribers now.
I can
You're famous
totally
now.
relate. I can relate, guys. You know what?
You can.
I will let you
And
know.
congratulations on that. by
The
the way.
hate comes next. Just be prepared for it.
Yeah. No, that's exactly it. I hate. Hi, Benjamin. So sorry, I'm just letting everybody here know about my my fame. Although Charles has. The
Well,
biggest
it's
channel
about
here,
time.
so-
Yeah.
He's slumming it with us, but now it's not as much.
Yeah,
of a
he
slum.
is slumming. Yeah, I'm making. That's why he showed up today because of my subcast.
Yeah,
He
I mean,
canceled
he
his
had
show.
to get away for a while, but now that you're back at 1K,
finally worth
He
it
was-
now.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can show my
He
face.
wanted some of that.
All right, well,
Some of that clout.
Yeah,
There
he
you
can
go.
come
He's
here and
one
be
of our-
masked off. I never see any of his audience over here. But maybe
Yeah, he
they're
does-
watching
he
you,
doesn't-
Charles.
this is my
Watch out.
secret. I don't tell anybody about that.
No,
It's his happy place.
I wouldn't either.
My channel.
In my
we
case,
do-
I say it to
Bullshit.
protect Kidda's channel, not because I'm ashamed of it.
I like coming
No,
here
we-
to talk about real things, not fiction.
No,
Mm.
we do jump over onto Charles's channel.
Well, I don't know.
speak to
Blood and
everyone.
honey's pretty real.
It's lonely. It's lonely here in Twitch chat. Oh, Vika, I'm sorry. My Twitch is so horrible.
That is the problem
Sorry,
I've noticed
Twitters.
with that is the problem with what do you call it? Multi-streaming is that the chat.
People get lonely. Yeah,
Yeah.
Restream does put the. Look. I mean, I must look at Restream again. Blaine uses Restream
Because Restream puts all the chats together. They can
Yeah.
participate and see each other.
They can talk to each other. Yeah, you can even have Discord chat. It does cost a little bit more than
Interesting.
StreamYards, but
Yeah.
it does. I mean, you can see how nicely Blaine's streams turn out. And
Why bring up Blaine here? I'll have to deal with him later.
Why? There's nothing wrong with Blaine.
No, there's not. He's a cool, chill guy. I hope he
Yeah,
gets along with
Blaine's
my
a
stream
skateboarder.
later.
I got a
Like
lot of
and
problems with
subscribe.
him, but at least he can breakdance. I don't want to get into it.
Listen, he can put stickers
Fair
on
enough.
things. I saw that today, and I actually couldn't watch. Because he's doing this really dainty work on Gundams, and
Yeah.
I just it freaks
Those
me
aren't
out.
stickers,
I
they're
can't.
decals. Okay.
Are you a Gundam hater, Kidith? Okay,
No,
let
I'm
me
not
knock
a
it off.
Gundam hater. No.
I could.
It's just finicky work makes me go ooh, because I know how clumsy I am, and I see people
Mhm.
doing this really detailed, intricate work, and it freaks me the fuck out. So yeah. Cool. That was the streamers race. That wasn't that much to talk about. It's basically lol Hassan. That's our motto here.
Well, no, I think like Jordan Peterson's advice is what he needs to follow. You know, pick up the biggest burden you can bear, and
Yeah.
that like I think he really needs to do that.
I think
Sort
he must. I do think just looking at the guy, I would expect him to he is searching for meaning, and he has everything and nothing at the same time. So
And the problem is his ideology that funds his life is based around not having meaning. Like it's
exactly. That is true. He's not.
Or the
gonna
meaning
find
that
it.
you have is in like what is it? The proletariat, which is
yeah,
fundamentally
it's like purely
not-
materialistic based on
Yeah.
relationships of capital, and yeah, there's no room for anything in there except bringing about a revolution.
Yay! Just fight for the revolution. That's all the
A revolution that would probably lynch him if they got a chance.
Yeah,
Okay.
immediately. Vika is back. How fucking dare you, bitch? Sorry, that's
Wow.
that's
Oh.
because we'll
We're
have.
ending the
I'll
Hassan
keep-
segment.
I'll have the.
So streamer
Oh,
was
You gotta
Hassan.
sing it. I gotta sing. Sing for us.
Sing what?
Kitty.
What?
No, never mind.
Okay.
It was
Well,
there you go.
I just want to have a look at your CEO of Deliciousness picture over here. What the hell?
Yeah,
AI did something interesting over there. Like
Yeah.
there's just like a bit of crust on the Cinnabon.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
There's a bit of bacon on
And is
top.
that ER in the background? the two round
Oh
things?
no. I see what you're. I can
What?
see what you're talking about, but I just interpret it as, what do you call it?
This is the best.
Out of focus lights. Yeah.
But also,
which
guys,
makes
by the
mine-
way, Charles is also.
Oh,
Sure,
wearing
that's
a-
what ER wants you to think.
Oh, hold on.
Nice. Very
I
good.
was showing Charles so that we could celebrate the 1,000 subscribers.
Rack.
There you go. Okay. And just a reminder that Grey is also wearing a dress today.
It's a special
and
occasion.
Vincent that's as close to a dress as
Misusing
you
a
get.
tablet.
Yeah, no, I'm not popular enough for people to make me AA art, and I'm not smart enough to use it like Andrew is.
It would be well anyway. Oh, now we can go on to the media stuff. Actually, that is a good segue because there's something about Tifa. Tell us about this.
Okay, so
Sparkles,
as far as I can,
we've missed you. Sorry. I told you to start, but Sparkles arrived. Okay.
yeah. So, what do you call it? Tifa, you know, like there has been a lot to do with censorship surrounding her and her chest. And yeah. In what do you call it? In the remake, they put a shirt on her and reduced the bust size. And then now we've got the what do you call it? The remake, or not the remake, the part 2 of that, where they have her in a bikini and have seemingly gone back to their original style. But then there's also this child like flashback where she's younger and obviously more modestly dressed, and people are wondering if, like, oh, you know, what is going to be the so yeah, it's Twitter. You gotta look at Kitty's Twitter, and then you'll understand.
Where's Dorkus getting all these pictures?
Yeah, I was going to say something before. Like, how many kitty pictures do you have on file, Dorkus?
Okay,
he's got enough to make as many jokes as I
just an
possibly
alarming
can.
amount.
I don't have that many pictures of me.
He's got a lot of everything. No, he's got a mega thinker as well.
Yes.
I love your, like, what your anti ad, because like you go through, like, it goes through different styles of that you've been in. Like no, the anti-campaign ad against you. Yeah, because you have several different styles of, like, dress and hair and all that other stuff.
I collect the pictures specifically for the cat elections, just to clarify.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, if you could put in the anti-ad, the anti-ad would be great to play right now.
Let me go
the
grab
anti-Empro ad.
Yeah,
Sure,
do you
let me
have
go
it?
grab them. Yeah, one sec.
But I do also have something before we let me just while you get that, I'm gonna call Carl.
Wait,
So
what is the split on the lolly?
Dorkus accidentally reveals his to be sorted file.
Yeah, no.
Don't start talking about the lolly now.
Yeah. So the what do you call? No, but so people are split. Some people are like, oh, it's just Tifa, whatever. You know, Tifa has an aesthetic, and they're censoring her, and other people are like saying, no, she's younger. It's more appropriate that she dressed more appropriate, or, you know, or more modestly.
And that's practically how she was dressed in the original game during that flashback. This baffles my mind. I mean, there's sometimes when censorship, if it's a part of the actual selling point of a game, like Skullgirls or some of those more lewd games from Japan, I don't condone them, but I don't condemn them either. I'm neutral on those. But when those are the selling point, censorship, I think, is an issue. I just think the censorship argument gets... Because supposedly I saw from Lofty Pixels, there's a fake tweet that a lot of people are reliking about Tifa. So misinfo, but it's still all relatively new. So...
misinfo, because he did a whole stream. He had a very successful stream this morning, which made him late for Zax's stream.
I posted links in the chat, by the way.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you can pull it up.
I think. Okay, so which one do we go to?
I think the top one is the attack ad, and the bottom one is the pro kit ad.
Pro. Okay.
What's Tifa Lockhart? What?
It's a character in a video game series, Final Fantasy VII. And they have a new the sequel to the remake is coming out, or has come out. I think it's came out to those in the know, and us plebs have to wait a few more days. I don't know. I don't have a PlayStation 5, so I'll probably be waiting a bit.
And what's the issue? There's more lolly?
More
censorship. Booba's bigger or little. It's covered up more or less. I don't really know.
What is Boobarina?
Well, no, because what they're wondering is, like, about the censorship.
Boobarina again, please.
Yeah. Well, it's not a and that's the thing. It's not a remake. This quote unquote remake isn't a remake, and that's part of the conversation as well.
Booberina.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go.
I actually do want to make a
Attack ad.
39, 14. There we go. Just
Wait, what is Booberina? Can I know what it is now?
you know what, it should have-
Boobs, tits, the things on women's chest.
It should have been
No, 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 no.
booberinas, not one booberina.
What Miss
Booberina.
Sparkles has plenty of.
No,
now let's
you
go.
Didn't miss it, Carl. You didn't miss it, Carl. We'll go to Carl's videos after this. Okay. I was waiting for confirmation that you were here, Carl.
Okay.
Yeah.
That darn kitty claims she's running for queen on a pro-cat platform. But did you know she's really a dog supporter?
I know that dogs are cute. I love dogs. I'm pro feline, but also pro canine. It's just animals. Yeah, team.
When asked to make her opening statement, she didn't have one. Does she even know her own policy positions?
No, I'm being put on the spot here. I didn't know that it was.
She doesn't want the government to pay for your cat's nip. Does she really care about cats?
No, Sparkles, you didn't see this.
But it's not going to be. You still need to pay for it. Okay, we're not going to. The government's not going to. What's the name? Pay
The
for
music
it.
is hilarious.
Okay.
Does she follow the science?
Some cats don't react to catnip. So.
Her own channel features her yelling at her precious cat, Axel.
Axel! Jesus Christ!
She pretends to be pro-pride pride, but then she says blonde lions aren't masculine. Make of that what you will.
Sorry guys, if you're blonde, male lions with darker manes, they've got more testosterone. So they get more pensions. So sorry if you're blonde. Scar did stuff wrong. He was bad. They get all the pensions. He was a bad kid.
We even have proof that she picked a cat.
No, 2 and 1.
Oh, this is funny.
You are
Investigators have even found that she hates horses.
Oh no!
Wait, I was just here and he was like, oh, bitch.
Do you really want someone like this to be queen?
What would
Is that
Vosh do?
by Catrew for queen?
That was paid for by Catrew for Queen.
I can't touch her? What the hell is that thing that's being suggested in the top there? What the?
I don't know, but you guys are lucky the pimple popping.
Yeah,
video
the second one, the
is
second
happening.
one.
Okay, second one. Sorry.
I'm gonna make a trailer for
Guys,
your channel, Kit.
listen, it is election year. We let it go.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
no,
gonna
I
come
need to
back.
make it myself. I think you guys would make an incredible trailer compared to what I can. Just hold on. Share this out instead.
Minor attracted. I'm what? The algorithm's working hard there.
Yeah.
Photo from where the hell did I get that? Give that photo. That's Xena, guys. Xena, that black cat. That's
Can't
not
touch
Xena.
her screaming.
It doesn't know what it's doing. Hello. I can't wait until. Can't wait.
What's
Am I
happening?
shitting the bed? Is that me or
For
is
fuck's
that?
sake. My computer,
just-
my laptop's like, hey. Okay, we here? Okay, I'll just press play and shut up.
I adore cats.
Wrong flag.
In times of great crisis,
Oh, guys, no, it's not working. I think somebody else has to share it.
Andrew, share it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was
You
that-
see,
is that
YouTube is against me.
Yeah,
that a
maybe
Lego head of
YouTube
mustard?
is against the
It's
pro
failed.
Kiddith propaganda that you're peddling there. You just saw that ad, okay?
It failed when
Maybe YouTube doesn't trust you
McDonald's
anymore.
internet.
Think
for
about
No,
that.
exactly. Darth, okay, good to see you. You still have an alert. It would work if what's the name? If I had a better computer, but alerts are no longer going on.
Oh wait.
But
Hold
yes,
on.
Catrew.
Wait.
You see,
Wait,
YouTube
let
is
me- I'm
suppressing my speech. Although
Well,
I
once you
didn't
cross
make
1,000,
this
they start holding it
video.
down.
It's all downhill from here.
Trust me. I know.
Okay.
Yep,
Here we
you're the first one to cross that goal line of Among Us original
Okay.
ones.
No. Well, we got
Here we go.
Charles.
Yeah, I grandfathered
He's
my-
already been in there since joining. Okay, I said you crossed the goal line since we've been doing the Thinkers. Charles
Okay,
was
here we go.
already.
I adore
That's all the stuff.
In times of great crisis, only one person stands above the rest. One candidate who has the endorsements.
Look at that good comedic timing too.
I know.
Smart. You'll go far on YouTube being funny.
Together we shall spread the word of the wonder in our every footstep. I will sing our name in the streets, and you will bring our prayers to those suffering 2 legs instead of 4.
One candidate with years of experience. When a vote for anyone else would be a vote for catastrophe. You need a leader willing to charge bravely into battle. Vote that darn kitty. The smart choice. The practical choice. The only choice. Vote Kitty for Queen.
I can't wait to see the counter ad to that one. I mean, they didn't even use any clips of Kiddith.
Is that
It's
the
just straight propaganda?
Metro Goldwyn
Yeah,
Mayer sound effect?
It does sound like the.
I love half-ass
Yeah,
Photoshop.
whatever.
It is the best, and it suits me very well. There was no zoom in that, so that's how you know I wasn't involved. But anyways, if we're gonna show videos, I'm hoping this is what Carl's here for. So guys, I do want to get back to Tifa Bubarina, but
Based.
Yeah. Oh,
what
I thought you were
want-
trying to deflect. I thought you
No.
were trying to deflect from that.
What is a boobarina
But,
again? Like, it's a pair of tits or
not two.
okay. Clear.
It is at the way I spoke. It was
Be adults and
which
just
is
say
wrong. I
breast,
misspoke, I'm
okay?
Gross.
Ew.
Boob. Okay,
Can't
I'm
have
gonna
it both
try-
ways.
Flesh lumps.
Oh shit.
Heffalumps?
hold on.
Let's
What?
go
Just
Stephen
hold on.
King, Dirty
I'm gonna have
Pillows,
to
okay?
upload this video. Just hold it. Talk amongst yourselves about Tifa boobs.
I also enjoyed the movie Carrie.
Especially the Dirty Pillows part.
Okay, so I'm gonna just add video clips here. I don't know how this is gonna work for Carl because Carl
I
Sorry.
do know
Carl
that
wanted us
Lofty
to. Okay,
Pixels is getting
tell me,
ratioed
guys-
on Twitter for his take. But he probably deserves it.
Okay, but I want to know. I want to know. Have you ever seen The Rain? But
I
have
can't
you guys?
stand it.
Are you have any of you played Helldivers?
No.
I played the original.
No, but I've been hearing good things about it.
Helldivers 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate
How,
this.
I've played the original. I'm aware of the lore. I've seen a lot of stuff from the new, but I haven't played it physically myself.
Yeah, a friend of mine wants to get that. And I'm all like, I don't know.
Yeah, I played the first and didn't really like it, so.
Oh, well, what didn't you like about it? Was it the gameplay or was it the world?
I was introduced to it in the worst possible way. It was with my brother and his friend, and they were way more experienced than me, and they just were running off while I was trying to figure out the controls. It just really soured me on it. But I thought the setting was kind of fun.
Okay.
A friend of mine told me it's like Terminator meets Starship Troopers, and I was like, it's an interesting.
Nice.
comparison there.
That sounds awesome.
That's funny since
Well-
there is a Starship Trooper game actually out.
Well, there's a Terminator game too.
But have you combined them?
In a RoboCop
Peanut butter and
RoboCop
jelly.
game.
Oh. Take drugs. I'll be back.
Don't take
There you
drugs.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Carl, this is for you. Carl is going to be playing Helldivers on his channel.
See, when you get to a certain height in YouTube, you get to plug other smaller channels. It's nice.
There you go.
You give
Yeah.
back to the community.
No, this is because
Yes.
this is
Does
actually
that
because
ever get
I'm going to
back
play
to
with
them?
him. Okay, so I'm going to add to stage. I'm going to mute this because there's some spicy language in the beginning. I think it's this one with spicy language. Let's see.
I like it
The
spicy.
gamer words.
It's a clip. It's a clip from.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw you fly, man.
Oh my god! Oh
It's
my
not very
god!
wait. It's my computer. My computer is really not doing this any justice. It's skipping frames like you can't.
But you
believe.
don't have your new computer yet, do you?
No, I'm not on it
What-
yet.
what are
So
gamer
look,
words?
guys, we'll get through this. We'll share this on the Discord. So
Gamer
it'll
words
be, it'll
just
be
like it's
better.
profanity, and they could be racially insensitive.
Oh, okay. N words.
But
Hmm.
but not
Trigger
necessarily. Just any
warnings.
kind of like profanity that you're socially not allowed to say.
Hmm.
Socially
could be
allowed to say
racial.
Okay,
anything.
so
Well,
I saw you fly.
that's Carl's laugh.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, it's not having its effect. When I first watched it, Carl, I'm not doing the justice here. Oh fuck! Look what happens. No, can't do it. Can't do it.
All the scuff.
I tried. All the scuff.
Kitty's computer
I'm
pulled
still the
an
scuff queen.
Amber Heard all over the bed.
Yeah, called a grumpy. We'll link it. I'll Carl, if you put it in the Discord I don't know, you can put it in videos.
Did anyone else hear that?
Just put it in there for
Yeah,
everybody to enjoy.
you
because
roboted
it's
for a
very
second,
funny.
but I think you're back.
And for more of those shenanigans. Oh, hello.
Mouth is moving, but
Hi.
Kitty isn't.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking annoyed. Okay,
you're
fine.
back now,
I'm
though,
closing
sorry.
everything.
It's all right. Us on the Eastern Hemisphere.
I need my
Hemisphere.
computer next time. This is bad.
We're in the West.
It's mine, right?
Yeah. Well, we.
Okay.
Wait. Shit. No. Yeah.
Because you're on like
Hello?
the line, right? Well, you're on
Yeah.
the line-ish. Yeah.
I'm on the
don't
line.
know. No, I am.
On the line of what?
The hemispheres.
Yeah, because
The
he's right by the
hemispheres.
prime meridian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
So listen.
You're in Greenwich?
Gordon just used
I'm in England. England.
Greenwich? How do you
Am I
pronounce
back?
it?
Oh, they pronounce it. Oh, fuck that. The
Am I
words they
back?
say here.
You're
Yes.
back.
Yes.
We're just ignoring you.
Yeah, we are. We're having our own.
We're
We're
talking
figuring
about
out how to say
about
Greenwich.
the yes.
Greenwich. Greenwich.
Greenwich.
Greenwich. I think
Greenwich.
is- I think that's what
D
I've heard.
and Ford.
I believe it's pronounced Quidditch.
That's what wizards play.
So, are we going to finish this Tifa discussion? What was the take? What was the tweet from
Tits.
Lofty?
People, yeah. Well, if you could
Katarina's.
bring that up, that'd be great.
I'm
you can
not
find
touching
it.
anything.
Fine.
Okay.
The stream's gonna break
If I
down.
do anything on this, I'm going to press end stream and then we're done. That's what I'm doing. That's all this computer has to do.
Yeah, I had a
Can it
computer
even
like
do
that
that?
for a while.
Slumming.
We go.
Filling time.
Hey, what was he talking about?
Oh,
Where is it? Where is it?
that's a bad
Charles is
take,
making
Dorkus.
mouth noises.
That's a bad take.
What on earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will fight you on
Okay.
that, man. All Bobs should be
Oh, wow.
appreciated.
Really? Yes, I would
All
say
Bobs?
so. Flat girls are my friends.
I'm gonna go with all Bobs.
Here, this
All about
one.
matter.
This one might be the one that
I guess we're
everyone
fighting
is
now.
talking about.
Catrew has has bad internet. So I have a bad computer. He has a bad internet. It's just not happening.
Okay.
Vinvin, could you bring up this
Here.
ratio tweet? Okay.
He's got bad takes.
Look,
Well,
this is clearly the time for an up and coming candidate in the Queen election, GreyPoupet, to come
no,
in and take
I'm
control.
doing it. I've got it. Simmer down there.
Yeah, I
Okay,
have a bad
so-
attention span, so sorry.
So yeah. So this it might be this one, or is it?
No.
This is the kind of thing that we're talking about. The censorship meltdown is embarrassing, and so like this is what people were complaining about. The people were complaining about, and the less new thing people were praising.
This is
So, I
horrible.
mean,
Technical
I mean,
difficulties.
Speaking, yeah.
You know what?
Oh, can anyone hear me?
I've removed you. Stop sharing screen. Your computer's also saying
Yeah,
no. I think it's I think it's StreamYards because it was giving a shit from the beginning.
What is the
I'm
TLDR of this? Like,
the TLDR
Well,
is they
it's
were accused
embarrassing.
of censorship.
No, the TLDR
the
is
technical
that
difficulty.
yeah. TLDR
Or what?
is
The
that-
actual game or Lofty's pick? A tweet that got ratioed because he brought up the fact she's 15 in it, and a lot of people seem to have misunderstood it. Blaine
Vinvin,
seems to
could you
take
bring
it as
it-
poorly worded when I watched him cover it. That's how I actually know about it.
Could you bring up the ratio tweet, please?
Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Okay. Talk amongst yourself. Why?
so is the character 15 or no?
in the flashback.
mean,
yes.
In the
In the
vintage character.
flashback, probably sounds about the right age. 15,
Did
16.
did you
And
guys
then
see my
15?
screen? I mean, I was sharing it. Did it load for you guys?
That was not the ratioed one.
Oh, that was not the ratioed one.
Mm-mm. That was his stream about it.
Yeah,
No, don't bring it up because your computer also yeets itself.
Okay.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Skirt.
Okay. Now I've got trans people are my friends in my head.
It's a banger.
Nightingale stream. Benjamin is playing Nightingale. 5 p.m. PST. Vika, when's your next stream? Lag.
My show is delayed.
Your show is delayed. I don't think I have any
no.
audience members in the UK though, so I
Well-
don't think I could help with any of that.
Yeah, in case anybody was planning on coming out tonight.
Sorry, if I knew I was gonna ask to be brought up about this tweet, I would have bookmarked it. He tweets a lot. Lawson.
Okay, it's gone. It's fine.
He
It's fine.
does.
You know what?
He
We've
does.
spent too much time on this anyway.
Who done?
Yeah, okay.
Basically,
Lofty.
the TLDR is Final Fantasy. In Final Fantasy, usually it's just it's a Final Fantasy. It's Asian game, therefore boobs are allowed. Yay! But then people saw this Tifa with a sort of smaller chest, and they all decided that was censorship, and now the woke mob had gotten to the Final Fantasy people, and oh no, we've lost because now Tifa's boobs are gone, and because there is uglification of game gaming females or whatever female characters. There is uglification that is happening.
Yeah, I think that's overrated. A lot of people base that off of really early screenshots. I generally wait until the final product's out before I really determine that. But yeah, there definitely seems to be a sort of a lean in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Over
So
outrage? Nuts.
yeah, so they all just started going, oh my god, they've censored this, and then it was like, no. In this flashback, the screenshot that everyone's talking about is when she is actually 15, so she would have a smaller chest.
Yes. Yeah, I really don't understand it. But I'm not one of these people who actually
I don't understand
got
this-
into Final Fantasy for the fan service, okay? I was just never one of those, so I can't understand those type of people.
Yeah.
And she's still very pretty. Both Tifa and Aerith are still beautiful women in the remake and the new game, okay?
Does she
chest
use
size?
Does she
I do
use her
think-
breasticles for anything that is noteworthy in the game?
In the game,
Yeah.
boob cannons.
Yeah, like
technically, Cloud
the
cross
gamers.
dresses, and you can actually the one time when sexiness
Well-
in the game series does apply, Cloud also sneaks in with the two other pretty girls, and you can get him to be picked as the one to go off with the evil crime boss who's trying to find a new girl to sex up for the night,
that's not
but he
this
gets
character.
beat up.
the
No,
one that everybody's making a
It-
stink about.
Yeah.
of course.
So the embarrassing bit is that it wasn't actually censorship.
I don't.
So everyone just went, it's censorship, and we didn't.
I do think there are a lot of people that are hypersensitive to any sort of bunny ears
Change.
here.
Like
Uglification
as Andrew brought up,
of
the
video
fact
game.
that they called it the new game remake and it wasn't, it was sort of a bait and switch because they play with the idea of a remake in it, but it diverges. Has also a lot of people already, skeptical of the new direction of the new this new Final Fantasy VII.
The anti-censorship
problem-
crowd took an L.
I would think, but
Yeah, it
problem
definitely
is
seems
that-
that way.
the problem is that in an era where we have jobs who is literally to evaluate things and censor them based off of a moral code that isn't necessarily shared by the audience, it makes them overly sensitive. So I mean, it's expected, but it is an L in my book, but it is what do you call it? But it is an expected L.
Yeah,
because
there's
you
probably
have
other false negatives about this,
like
throughout
companies
gaming.
companies like Sweet Inc. who literally go around to different companies and tell them how to, or like advise them on how to make their games more culturally sensitive.
Yeah, and like The Last of Us 2 part was supposedly hired Anita, I heard, but when I went back to look at the facts, Neil Druckmann just said he was inspired by Anita Sarkeesian, with his little changes that he made that they all went crazy over.
You can hear the interference. My phone is far away.
No, that wasn't you. That was fake Kitty.
Oh. Guys, I'm ready to end the stream. I'm pissed off with
Tifa?
Yeah.
Yes,
The
okay.
quality of the stream.
I want flat representation, okay? It's important because that will make men want little boob people. Oh,
All
that
Bobs
doesn't
matter.
sound right. All Bobs matter,
No.
yeah, exactly. What's Sweet Baby Ink? What is that, Nigo?
That's woke
Sweet Baby
washing,
Ink.
okay?
No.
There's
Well,
sensitivity readers for video game consulting company.
If
they
woke
weren't-
watches sensitivity, what would you say about people who are overreacting in the opposite direction?
Yeah, no.
That they're
sensitive?
overly
Here we-
sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Snowflakes.
sensitive
You
to
phrased it well.
they are sensitive to the changes that they feel push culture in a certain direction.
Well, I'll tell you what. Go back and play the original Final Fantasy, and best of luck with those pixels.
There you go. No,
Okay.
yeah.
Can't disagree
but,
with that.
What do you call it? No, I'm all for making the games that you want to make, and I'm not in favor of other people coming in and telling you need to change it. That's all. Like, if you want to have, if the game, what is it? If the game makers wanted a more conservative look for Tifa, then so be it, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. If they wanted to, like, in the same way, I champion Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade, the developers, they talk about how they wanted a very conventionally attractive woman to be the model for their character. More power to these people. That it's not like we have to have one thing or another. It's to me, it's more like I don't want people coming in and forcing a change.
I think it's more on a broader general level that I think we could all agree with, no matter what sort of political leaning, at least in concept, is these companies are sort of being approved, and sort of the award shows are sort of having a certain checklist for what they need in these video games to make it even onto the ballot box, much less win the awards. I think that's all of media. Because in BookTube, they're having a recent scandal with the Hugo Awards. It's the same thing. They had sensitivity readers who just made sure the books didn't offend anyone of any race, any perspective. And that's what's happening to video games in the same parallel sort of economy.
A book you could leave
And
out.
then but then in the award shows, you need this sort of checklist that these people, sensitivity readers, it's the alignment of these sort of
who cares about awards?
consultants. It's marketing, okay? It matters with marketing, okay?
Breakdancers
I
care.
agree with you. I don't care personally about these award shows, but when it comes to actually marketing, there is an argument to be
marketing
made.
your book as being an
for
award winner. Yeah.
Video games, I mean, you slap the label game of the year, and at least most people will buy it more. It's more about
I would want to know the metrics for that. What is the percentage? That if you say game of the year, how many more sales do you get?
Yeah, I'd like to see.
I'm just laying out the argument, okay? And I definitely has
But
some credence
it's
to
an
it.
anecdote,
But it
it's
can
not an
also
argument.
work against people. I guess you're right. Without the actual
got an
numbers,
anecdote,
it
Charles?
shouldn't hold anything. You are absolutely right. It's not an antidote. It's just appeal
Hey,
to
here's
common sense.
Charles
Well,
has
no,
an
no,
anecdote.
It's an appeal to.
No.
It's an
He's
appeal.
an award winner.
No, I'm not.
He sold more tickets when you
Charles,
said he
just
was
because
award-winning.
that doesn't matter to you doesn't mean it doesn't matter to a general public.
Wait, what? What's happening? Why am I getting thrown into this?
No.
Oh, okay.
I am going to report to StreamYards tonight. I'm going to put a thumbs down when I press in.
I thought you were talking about Vinvin.
This
I
has
was going to
nothing to do
report
with
him
you.
as well.
What don't I care about?
No, he was saying
I was talking about award shows requiring a
no.
checklist.
He just
and he
wants
was like,
to.
"Who
He
cares
wants to
about
make
award
sure
shows?"
that. No, he just wants to make the what do you call it? The arguments are solid. He was not saying
fair
that they're
enough.
wrong. He was just
Oh yeah. No, I wasn't.
Okay.
What happened? Who'd we lose? What the hell happened?
We lost
Kitty.
the host.
We lost
it's
Kitty.
okay. No big deal.
No biggie, just a host.
I'm just taking a break because I can't right now.
Okay, I understand.
Shit, what was I going to say?
Freedom. Well, I was just talking about the marketing award shows, and you're sort of like, what's the actual numbers? Very good point. How much sales is sort of gained if you win an award?
Well, all
And
right.
there's
So,
actually,
Vince, I'll ask you this: if you were to make a game, and you could have a choice between being really rich and profitable, and the fans enjoy it, or winning an award and just kind of getting by, what would you rather have?
repeat those two options because
So no praise as far as awards are concerned, but the fans love it. You make a ton of money. That or winning awards and you don't really have anything to show for it other than that award, of course.
Personally, I would go with what the fans like. Personally, I would try to stay true to that vision, but would that align with making lots of money? That's a little bit different. I think that's something you're adding on that doesn't exactly track perfectly.
Well, if you're successful with the fans, ideally they would be
In
buying.
theory, if you did it and market it correctly on your own, you had successful marketing, definitely would go with that. But with smaller developers, smaller titles, getting that sort of acclaim from the award shows matters to at least the corporate bigwigs in AAA. I don't really care about much of that, but I'm just sort of laying it out for the gamers. I'm representing the gamers' argument, even if I actually even personally think it's a little off base. But yeah, I generally agree with you. I'm trying to represent from Andrew was putting it in a different way than me. I tried to reframe it in a way that these Sweet Baby Inc. sensitivity readers are sort of in cahoots with each other. You need these sensitivity readers to win these awards, and that diminishes the story, the gameplay, blah, blah, blah. At least, did I make that understandable at least?
I mean, this is the theory, you could call it.
Yes, it is the theoretical model that I'm laying out here. Is it true? I don't know. Cricket. Anyone have a soundboard? We need cricket sound effect.
Yeah, I was waiting for you guys. Listen.
No, but Charles, this is the argument that
Apparently you're
people
waiting
hear is that that's why they want to win awards, is so that they can sell more copies.
Yeah.
We don't know if
probably
it's
actually
it's
probably,
none of us
as
really here
Hassan would
are
say, it's
tracking the
probably
numbers. So
soul
not that
draining.
interested in it. But this is the argument.
As Hassan would say, it's probably soul draining for these companies, though.
But so what would the breasts of a character in a game have to do with award-winning capability?
Their fans
oh
No,
yeah,
the sensitivity readers argue that to the game companies that it'll make their game
it's
less
sexist.
Yeah, it's
It might offend
they
women.
Make it a ethical appeal, and so like so they're trying to make the game as what do you call it? Appealing to the
Sanitized.
game award judges.
Wait, which company is pushing Anita's politics?
Oh, that was
Baby Inc.
no, that was Neil Druckmann. Neil Druckmann said Anita Sarkeesian's work on feminist frequency inspired The Last of Us Part 2.
And Sweet Baby Inc. though has it may not be directly influenced by Anita Sarkeesian, but they are carrying on her legacy, like the same kind of methodology.
Yeah,
Same
it
kind
definitely
of
seems to be the case. They're a sensitivity
Yeah.
reader for a video game industry that keeps games in alignment, at least for award shows.
So
Not
I'm
all
against
award shows.
Yeah. I'm against this this type of company existing. It's not these people. I would be against it if there was a Christian group doing this. I would be against it if it was like any time of moral authority coming in to being hired as consultants for any video game coming or any creative endeavor and coming in and like gosh, giving instruction on how to be providing censorship cues. I'm just not in favor of any kind of censorship. I'm in favor of like the creative
And this
team
is
making
seen
their
as
own
censorship.
decisions, but using their own moral compasses.
Yep,
And they might want to do
breed
something
other
like
people.
add things like change someone into a black character, which I think Alan Wake 2 got hit with for the Sweet Baby Inc. That a lot of the people criticized. She was white in the original in that one trailer,
Yeah.
but she's black for this game. And there's a
They
whole bunch
came
of
in.
little. I think the criticism on her character actually mattered more if what they were saying is true. I haven't played Alan Wake 2, but
so
they were saying she acted like a child and she was sort of propped up by her boss. I could understand if you're playing the game, she's like a professional woman and she's on this job and her boss is like praising her, saying she's doing so much better, how this would come off badly to people. Of course, that could be exaggeration.
The idea of a professional woman just came to me as as you just get paid for being a woman. He's like, I'm a professional.
Hey, bring your vagina in here. Here you go. Get your paycheck.
You're just paid to be a woman. I'm a professional woman.
You get paid once a month that time of the month.
Actually, women probably should make them happy at least during that time of the month.
Women probably should
Okay,
get
let me
paid.
shut up.
That's big of you.
Paid more that time of the month. That might make them happier, but it's very obvious you're single, Grey. Okay, if you don't understand that.
Yeah, what can I say?
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Gray's got sugar gliders to take care of. He got no time for ladies.
True. Just me and my sugar babies.
Have you seen the sugar gliders, Charles?
Auntie,
hold on.
Has Klaus seen them? Hello?
Wait, what? I was reading
I've
because
shown no one my gliders.
Because chat is something awful. Is kind of contradicting everything that's going on here now.
Chat is evil, okay? Don't trust chat ever. You're
never trust
Vinvin. All of us.
Chat
You
is
should know
asshole.
that.
Chat over
So what's
Vinvin.
a novice woman? A novice woman is just by herself. Archer, nobody's paying her to be a woman. Chat is superior. Only you, Nico. And Lucy.
I'm a woman
I'll
for
leave it
hobby.
there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us wrap it up because I'm not getting paid.
It's about
extra
that
for
time
this.
anyway.
Yeah, for this time of month, okay? And
Oh man, can you imagine if it's gonna happen next week too? Gosh.
no, please God. No, we will listen. I promised we would get our shit together for Warren. So hopefully.
Oh, have you made that announcement yet?
No,
No.
I'll leave that. actually. Let's see.
I'm not going to
Expect
plug
no
my
scuff ever
stream,
again.
but I am going to bully Grey, make the announcement. Grey should be on my stream tonight. If he doesn't, he's a coward or busy or has something better to do. Sorry. Social
You know,
pressure, people.
Just living the single life. I got nothing but time.
What is Grey?
I don't want to plug
What
my
is-
stream. People know where my channel are. I'm just bullying Grey into trying to pop
Listen,
in for a few
I've
minutes. here
tagged
and
you
there.
in the description anyway.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Good reference.
I'll let you know later, Lucy.
Okay, so let's go around and do the rounds so that my sanity can be restored when I press the
Yes.
fucking end stream button. Sorry, guys.
So here.
Thank
let
you for your
me-
patience with me.
Yeah, I
tonight.
took care of that already for myself.
Okay. All right. One.
I'm very disappointed in all of you.
I'm disappointed in Dorkus. He just undressed.
Yeah, what the?
That's kind of perverted.
Andrew is doing a stream tomorrow, or at least he has plans for it.
Yes. So tomorrow I'm finishing my stream on the debate between PSA Sitch and Carl Benjamin, Sargon of Akkad, right?
Seems like he's just spoken the whole way through. It's not really Sitch saying much. But
It's
yeah.
not. Yeah. Sitch asking questions and Carl not really giving good answers. And so I'm going to finish that tomorrow, and then I'll be cutting both those streams up into a new. Yeah. Oh wait.
Ooh, add that to your streams.
Oh,
tomorrow.
interesting. Did not, but I can imagine that. I can imagine.
Sorry.
we did
I
have
done mute just to laugh at that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, doing that tomorrow. That's me. Charles, do you have anything coming up?
Tonight I'll be talking about a movie.
What movie?
Robot and Frank. It's not
nice.
so much a review so much as it's just a tribute to my father. And this weekend, me and the wife will be discussing Good Night Mommy, both the original and the American remake, which is considerably worse.
They generally are.
Ooh, that sounds really disturbing. The name
Yeah,
of
it's
that.
it's a movie that I can't explain to anybody because it's spoiler heavy. So it's one of those things where
You can't
either-
talk about it without spoiling it, yeah?
Right.
That sounds awful.
So,
okay, Cameron?
Nothing beyond the usual going on right now. Just mostly wanted to come on to say congrats on 1,000, and yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's about it.
Thank you very much. Dorkus?
Hello. The Mistborn
Hi.
series continues apace over on the No One Asked You podcast channel with Kite as my co-host. And I am, for the moment, back to uploading my Cicero videos. And I have made some tremendous progress with regard to a future series, which I am tentatively calling Three Kingdoms Summarized. So stay tuned.
Turn on your notifications. GreyPoupet.
For the No One Asked You podcast.
Yes, always an awesome podcast. Check that one out for sure. Yeah, I don't have a ton going on. I'd like to have a future stream with Charles at some point on AI comedy, but who knows when we're going to do that one. And then I should have a video coming out sometime soon. And then, yeah, I think Vinvin has a stream tonight that I might be on. So, Vinvin.
Yeah, I did the public call out incentivize.
Now you have to.
It probably doesn't actually.
What are you guys
matter much.
talking about? What are you? What is?
Nope.
what is the-
We're moving on. Blaine is
Okay.
probably going to be there. Blaine, think about the implications. I might even have a wild card guess. But probably not. But
Okay,
should
that's
be
very cool. I'll be asleep. Damn it. So yeah, it seems like it's going to be such a contentious thing.
well, at least I'm marketing it that way. That's why I'm just all hush hush.
The edging. Yeah, you're right, please.
Yeah.
What's the name? I'm gonna go and see June this weekend. And then I will be talking about it, I suppose, on Rosales' channel on Sunday. And also look out for Kyle's Helldivers stream. Yeah. I'm gonna play Helldivers too.
How much is it?
Everybody. It's $40 apparently.
Oh, that much? Little? Whatever.
Little, yeah, because usually it's isn't it like $90. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, Nate. I don't know games. I don't know dollars. Okay.
70.
Guys, thank you very much for your patience this week with the technical difficulties.
Next week, none of them.
Next
Ever.
week, none of them at all, ever. We're
None of
done
them.
with scuff. Okay. Have a nice life. Leave a like. Yes, Helldivers. Listen. Okay. Have a nice life. Deuces. Oh, wait. Say the word. Charles, say Boobarina as the last word of the.
Yes.
Okay.
The password is Boobarina.